Good morning and welcome everybody to another edition of the Summer Showdown Tournament. We are here in the final stretch of games here. We have the new Super Canine Brothers and the VTubers going head to head on a couple of matches here, West London and Evac Point. Those who are familiar with KF1 will be very, very happy to see West London. I'm happy to see West London. So just FYI here, this is the final match. This is the grand finals. While VTubers is in the winners bracket, they only need to win one set of matches in order to be the grand final champions. However, the new Super Canine Brothers need to win two sets. So if they win this set, they win the next set. They have to win one more set of matches, of maps, in order to get the grand final. So the stakes are really high. There's a lot of pressure on both teams, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be pretty tough, a little bit tougher than what we are used to seeing. West London itself in KF2, West London in KF1 was not easy, but West London in KF2 is a brutal map. And this is, the settings are no less brutal. It is NTV1 with 64 max monsters, correct me if I'm wrong. And that is spicy. So I hope you all like spicy food. I love spicy food, being half Mexican. Let's do it. Looks like we got everyone in here. I'm here, Bluntman420, with an awesome crew of illethP.
Hello, everybody.
And Tamari.
Hello.
And of course, streaming for us is the awesome Danish pastry, ZeElmo. So, well, we got everyone in here. Let's get a quick roster rundown. Hopefully, they're not trolling us with the roster. We'll see. We'll see. You know, the teams like to fool around with us all the time. Tamara, how about you give us a roster rundown?
Sure. So right now, unless we get debated, we have NQTheobald playing Demolitionist, SongahmWolf, the team's commenter, playing Sharpshooter, NerfLucio playing SWAT, Topwolf, the team's mentor, playing Gunslinger, Alexandru on Commando, and PoliceDom playing Firebug, which is actually unusual for him. He's always been playing. He's pretty much their main Commando player, so to see him on Firebug again, unless this is a juke, is pretty abnormal. So I'm interested to see how they pull this off.
Yes.
That's true. Actually, you're right. He did play Firebug and Vortex, but it's still pretty unusual.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's an excellent commando, but he did an excellent job on Vortex as Firebug. That was a lot of fun to watch. I would just like y'all to know that, before the Zed takeover, this was a thriving capital, but no longer. Okay, so these mercs here have to take back West London back from the Zeds in order to gain some kind of ground against this Zed takeover.
Yeah, and have you actually mentioned what the boss is going to be? I don't think we actually talked about it yet.
The
So,
bosses are going to be pretty special.
mhm.
Everyone's favorite boss, matriarch. It's going to be 2 matriarchs,
Lovely.
but these players are more than capable of handling it. 2 matriarchs can be very, very, very brutal. You have to be careful for not only her just sniping you away, but the amount of EDARs that you can possibly get. I'm really, really excited to see how they deal with that. But I mean, the players have been melting bosses away, so I'm not too concerned about the bosses. But it's always awesome to see, just a couple of everyone's favorite bosses. I just know everyone loves matriarch. I know everyone loves EDARs. The EDARs are the best. They're the best Zeds in the game.
Yeah, you keep saying love. I'm not sure that's the right word.
What do you think about the double Maddie, Illith?
I think it's exciting because once you understand most of the fundamentals of any boss, they're quite easy to abuse. But having to juggle 2 Maddies at the same time is we're gonna see some interesting corner peeking, hopefully. And definitely seeing the team have to focus their attention on just one, but still be aware of the second, because that Tesla is no joke, and neither is that force state of matter beam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they get multiple Tesla or the electric blasts on them at the same time, that's probably going to kill like half the team, if not everybody, right? Especially if they hit together. So that and with the size of this map being as small as it is, it's very likely that they're going to have to do like a split kite strategy.
right.
So I'm really, really interested to see how they tackle this. And now that Elmo actually mentioned that PoliceDom actually did play Firebug on Vortex, it reminded me back in the losers quarterfinals when they were playing Vortex that they actually had PoliceDom using the Dragon's Blaze, the HRG Dragon's Blaze, to absolutely demolish the shield. Which I have a sneaky suspicion they're going to do that again. And if they pull that off, then basically they just need to get both the arm cannons down. And once they do that, then the fight basically turns into a regular boss fight.
Hmm.
Mm,
So that's
Yeah,
really going to be their main focus when they actually get to the boss. Is they're going to want to try to get those arm cannons down ASAP, and obviously have a backup plan just in case, because as we all know, it can go wrong very, very quickly, especially if those chain lightnings get off.
yeah. The chain lightnings are something. Just a little bit of advice: hide from the chain lightnings before they shoot you. Especially if you're right next to all your friends, because
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's called chain lightning for a reason.
I'd say that Maddie is definitely one of the most punishing bosses when it comes to making a single mistake.
Yes, it can definitely be.
yeah, and plus, as we I didn't mention this a moment ago, but looking at the roster again right now, unless we get baited here, they are running no medic, which has been
Hmm.
pretty characteristic of this
It's
team throughout
typical.
the
Yeah.
tournament. But again, that just makes it even more possibly rough, right? If they mess up one time, they're going to be in a world of hurt, and they're going to have to recover all that health under pressure, right? And it'll be really
Hmm.
difficult to do. So a lot of pressure will end up being on Alexandru to be getting those extensions during the boss fight, so that NerfLucio can actually get those 201 darts off if he does use the HM Tech 201.
Right. Definitely. I expect that NerfLucio will be using the HM Tech 201. Granted, we've seen sharpshooters use the Hemogoblin many times as an off perk.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of interesting uses of off-perk weapons in the tournament,
Hmm.
and it's been really cool seeing how creative the teams have been getting, right, to overcome these challenges. Especially now that we actually have a pretty. This is a pretty difficult boss fight. Like without a
Yeah.
doubt, this is probably one of the most difficult things we've thrown at them. Not just because of the bosses themselves and the amount of them and everything, but also because of the map. Right, the map is so
Right.
small that's going off of what you said earlier. You were talking about how obviously it's a KF1 map, but in KF2 it's a lot harder, and one of the reasons why it's harder is because it's so small.
Hmm.
Killing Floor 2 is a lot faster paced than Killing Floor 1 is. The Zeds move quicker, everything is just faster, and so in CD that translates to a much, much, much more intense experience. So that's all going to factor in as we go through the match here.
Yeah, this map is, like you said, it's just so much tighter on KF2. And so, like, if you're moving around, say you get in a little bit of trouble, oftentimes when you're kiting a map, right, you're hoping that Zeds kind of wander around the map and kind of get a little bit lost and clear certain, pathways for you. That doesn't necessarily happen on this map, not in KF2, because, you turn the corner, all of a sudden you're back on the other side of the map.
Yeah, exactly. And we are about to go live here, by the way. They are readying up here, so let's see where they take this first wave. Maybe they'll use just right here in the front of this church. That's like actually one of the typical holds used in this map, but
Yep.
they may be deciding to go. My guess is they're going to go to the basement in the police station. That's my guess.
NQTheobald with a kind of a delayed start here, but he's going to make it. Using Destroyer World.
Yeah, Destroyer Worlds, the Dow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to go. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no, I was just saying, just wonderful Z time. But yeah, they are going with this comp. This is cool.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, great Z time from Alex right there. And looks like they are going to the basement like I thought, and Destroyer World is going to come in real handy down there because it's a really small area, right? And the only two entrances into this room are both really tight hallways with stairs. And stairs and elevation in general and ramps tend to pose quite an issue, right? For especially when you're playing precision perks, trying to get those headshots on Zeds that are moving down slopes.
Mm-hmm.
And Destroyer of Worlds will essentially allow NQ to just shut one of the lanes down entirely and kill basically all trash. And it's even powerful enough to panic flush pounds too. So like out of a rage and everything too.
Yeah, it can be really useful for tight holds like this. And I just see Dow stock just going up.
Yeah, there's only one issue with this hold, and it's this is kind of a no kite hold. These are some really thin corridors, so getting through that's going to be kind of a pain.
Yeah. Generally, I think you tend to go out the hallway where Topwolf and Alexandru are holding. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they don't have to run out.
Yeah, and like I said, that Destroyer of Worlds is going to buy them more time, right? Even if they do get flooded in that hallway where most of the players are looking right now, they'll be able to cause a lot of panic in there and at least buy a little more time. And also another thing about this hold that's actually pretty good for the tournament is that there's a trader pod right behind them here, so their traders are going to be really fast here.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed that they have the duo of all duos, though. They have the Firebug and the Demo together. That is such a good combo right there.
Yep.
All the body damage in the world.
All the body damage and all the explosions. Who needs to see? Who needs to see when just body parts are just flying all over the place? The Zeds are dead. Yeah.
One great thing about the AoE too, it's going to be great on the early stages of Maddies because that AoE is going to be hitting all hitboxes at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, PoliceDom is another line of defense, adding on to what I was talking about earlier with all the gas and the stumbling and panicking and everything. If Zeds do manage to get to that door, if PoliceDom is using the Heatwave skill, which is the level 20 skill, he can just puff anything coming through the door and it'll push them back. Yeah, so he's basically it's like a stall comp, right? And they're basically just holding back as much as they can and buying time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they not get largers? I was just wondering that.
I was wondering that as well, actually. I'm not sure what happened there.
How's everyone for ammo?
I was about to say that was a really smooth first wave, and then I realized that there wasn't any larges. So let me double check what happened real quick. You guys carry on. I'm gonna take a look at that real quick.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, yeah, no larges. I guess this is the no large challenge. Illeth, what do you think about that?
Easy, dude. Easy money is what I can say. That was very strange. I was wondering too.
How about just like a extra large clot?
I mean, I heard there's this really cool spawn cycle coming out called IllV1 that utilizes some pretty nasty mediums and trash sets. Pretty crazy cycle, man. I don't know. Maybe they should get some omega cysts in there. Can you imagine if we got a boss variant of the cyst? That'd be kind of hilarious, but also really sad.
Like a super cyst.
A super cyst.
Imagine the super cyst turns into like, the hardest boss in the game. Like a super cyst with dual rocket launchers on his shoulders. Shit.
Who cries as he kills you? Yeah, very strange about the lack of larges in that. I was never seen that happen before. All right, so we'll be taking a small intermission, it looks like, to query this issue, so to speak.
Yeah, just bear with us. This won't take too long.
Yeah, so we're going to be right back, guys. We're going to try to figure out what happened there. I'm not exactly sure, admittedly, what happened because, yeah, as far as I know, everything should be green. But just give us a few minutes and we're going to see what we can do. We're probably going to have to restart the match, so just hang in there and we'll be back really soon.
No problem. Just killing floor 2 mod things.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. So we had a little bit of an issue with the previous server that we were on, where it, for some reason, wasn't spawning the correct Zeds that were supposed to be in the match. So we actually had to swap servers there, and we verified real quick during that BRB that everything was working. So we should be good to go now. And yeah, sorry about the inconvenience, everybody. Just a little bit of a delay, but we should be able to get right back on track here. So I'm going to go ahead and give the team the okay, and then we should have them ready up, and we'll be right back into it again. So just one moment.
Yeah. Thanks for bearing with us, guys.
Yeah, just a quick unplug, plug it back in. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. No big deal.
Man, I wish Sleep did that.
One thing I noticed that was interesting, what we saw when they started their match was they actually had Song, the sharpshooter, with the 2 chaos perks, which I think is a very interesting maneuver.
Oh, yeah. It's quite a challenge, I'll say this much.
Yeah, it's tough. Because, you get headshots, you gotta kind of see.
Yo, quick shouts out to Kusu for being a cool lane partner. Despite being the most spastic Zerk I've ever played with. So.
Dang, calling him out.
Oh, absolutely.
Calling him out live in front of the world.
Hey, I gave kudos to him, so.
Ooh,
nice little spicy meatball. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a lot of damage, too.
That
wow.
really hurt NQTheobald. And there's that Scrake that we were looking for last time. So we do have Larges finally spawning. It looks like one of those flesh pounds that just spawned. He's actually going to be right up in front of the team right here.
Yeah,
Lord.
Right in the way.
Yeah, good use of that freeze right there.
Yeah, that's
no
a great
shot
time
that he could not take that away for Zed time. Ooh, and PoliceDom using Heat Wave to just get past the body quick.
Love it.
Wasting no time.
Love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a smart move to use the freeze. I mean, it's just crazy how wild flesh pound battles can be. Sometimes they have the weirdest pathing to do 180s after you rage them, right? They do crazy stuff sometimes, as you like to say on X Games mode, right? And
X game mode.
that could easily kill somebody, and obviously that would reduce the health bonus here. So
right,
completely understandable. Just toss a freeze at him.
My favorite is when you start a flesh pound and he turns around.
Oh god, you love to see it. Fortunately, they don't have to. So it seems. So it seems.
For now.
We've just pushed past the MMO. We're gonna get one more flesh pound, or did they already kill it?
I think so. I don't remember it. So we're playing the NTV1 spawn cycle, which is just basically spawn cycles are a custom set of waves for those who don't know. And we can basically set the waves to have whatever Zeds we want. And in this particular spawn cycle, I think there's only one flesh pound in wave 1 at this wave size. And by the way, speaking of largest though, there's a Scrake that spawned way over by the spawn point, and he's kind of just walking in here, and they're gonna have to run after him here in a second. He's really far away.
Yep.
Pretty unlucky, honestly. That's gonna waste a lot of time.
Yeah, he's taking his time. He's window shopping.
Oh yeah, he is far.
He's a lollygag.
Up right here.
And they have reached the end of the wave now, so I'm sure they see it by now, and they're gonna start heading over there to kill that Scrake coming in.
You know, you would think you would think there'd be like some kind of like coding for the AI like Scrakes when they're this far away to have like a frustration timer of sorts that makes them kind of sprint a bit. I could have swore there was something like that in KF2.
There was for a little while. There was a point in time. I'm sure any veterans here in the chat will remember that there was once a time where, when there were less than 5 Zeds in the wave remaining, everything raised automatically, permanently, to basically do exactly what you're talking about. But that was a really unpopular change because it basically caused FPs to be permanently raged.
You're bringing up some very traumatic memories.
I apologize. It was not my
Traumatic
intent.
KF2 memories. that
Oh,
is.
I remember that, man. That was brutal.
You know, see, the thing is, I remember it being a jog. Like it was like a jog that all the enemies would do towards the end, less as I'm going into their enraged state. But well, perhaps it was a good change. But you know, they start calling them tournament Scrakes for a reason, right?
Yep.
It was like the thought behind the idea was just to get the last few Zeds out of the way, faster than normal, which,
Ooh.
yeah, that's actually a good idea, right? Because sometimes the end of the waves can really drag on, but yeah.
I hate to cut you off really quick, but NQ has an RPG already.
That's what I was about to say.
at
Yeah,
that.
did you see that? They all funded him for an RPG on Wave 2.
Nice.
Good lord.
That's basically going to allow him to completely shut down the staircase now. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if it's like this anymore, but I'm pretty certain that the nuclear gas cloud does more damage depending on what weapon you fire the projectile with. So since he's using the RPG, that is going to be very powerful and will pretty much entirely, kill anything coming through that staircase there. Also, they're spamming right there. PoliceDom spamming the trench gun. That's actually one of the best tier 2s in the game because of what he's doing right here, where he's just spraying fire everywhere. This is just a kill zone, basically, for anything walking in.
Another worthy note, just talking about also the RPG eco, Topwolf sacrificed a lot of dosh and actually doesn't even have a full SPX. Neither did he even get to fill up his 9mm. So they must have really planned out this eco.
Yeah.
And there are 4 Scrakes heading down to the commando lane. So this should get pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately, they're pretty split. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I was just gonna say one of my favorite things to do as when I lane with a commando is just literally let the commando kill all the trash while I use my SPX on the largest. It tends to work out, Every now and again you're in a lane where you really have to help with the trash, but
yeah,
it can be really helpful.
By the way, the staircase lane is about to get a triple flush con coming in. So we're going to see that chaos composition at work right here. Especially if we get another Z time proc, which is actually pretty likely. So
based on how far they are, yeah. That's turning into a 3-1 now, actually. Ooh, and a husk that they better not backpack.
Oh yeah, Scrake joined the fray. I didn't even see that.
You didn't see the Scrake join the server? He was connected for a bit, but... Some great Z time here from Alexandru.
Yeah, most definitely.
Ooh, they threw a little bit of miscommunication right there, I think. They tried to throw the freeze, but then NQTheobald shot with the RPG and raised him. Nice stun right there from NerfLucio. Wow. Saving NQTheobald right there. I'm pretty sure NQTheobald would have died. Ooh, this is a dangerous situation here, though. They got to get these extensions here.
Oh, man. One more.
Still one more FP, though.
One more.
Song is in critical right here. If he gets hit by this.
Oh, look at that heat wave right there.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
What a save. What a save.
Achievement to top it off, dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. That was insane. Well done right there. Well done. That was really well played.
That was a huge moment right there. Both Song and Theobald were almost dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mandalay getting a little bit of a... Oh, no!
Oh, Topwolf is really
the inverted corner juke! The inverted corner juke!
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. What the heck, dude?
Oh, my God. What a fucking wave!
Jeez, guys. Calm down. We still got 8 waves left, and then we have the whole next map to go still. We need our hearts to work properly. Or we can't freaking cast this, dude. That was insane, though. Well played, man. Wow.
That was really good. That was great. That heat wave that saved Song there was amazing. There were two amazing moments right there for me. It was the
Dude,
SWAT stun and the heat wave right there. Saved both
Dude.
Theobald and Song.
And NQ just
Yeah.
going for it in Z time, even though he was low health, I think. Because I know NQ got pushed back and was like hit real hard.
Mhm.
Yep.
So that was like, all of that was like balls of steel moment right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, everybody helped each other right there, right? PoliceDom even helped out as well. He was laying down some cover fire, getting the stumbles, right? And Song was so close to dying there. I'm pretty sure that flush pound, he was moments away from hitting him, and even though he was fully, buffed up to heal, I'm pretty sure he still would have died from that hit because he doesn't have any buffs without the medic. So, yeah, wow, that was a really clutch situation right there.
Mhm. That was amazing.
So although talking kind of in future tense, I don't think we really got to go over the point category. So let's talk about objectives real quick. Do we know what we're looking at for objectives here?
I'm not gonna lie, I forget exactly what waves are on, but there are 2 objectives in this map. I remember that much. And I'm just gonna be honest, I don't see them going for them simply because they're no medic. I think it would actually be really, really risky for them to go for it, but you never know. They might have some crazy strategy planned.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty really hairy objectives throughout the tournament and I mean some teams have gone for them. Like Slaughterhouse, there was that T-hold objective that was just insane for a no medic, and I've seen this team and multiple other teams do that without a medic, and it just kind of blew me away.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said earlier, there's been some excellent creativity coming out from all the teams throughout the tournament. Like to get around some of those zones, and they've just gotten really creative in how they place their players and where they allocate everybody, and it's been really cool to see. This basement hold is a little slower than I expected. I actually thought it was going to be really, really fast and really heavy because of just the fact that there's no LOS in there.
Right.
It's actually turned out to be a lot more relaxed than I expected, which is good for them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of funny to think that their entire hold composes of a good majority of the map too. You would think it'd be faster.
Yeah.
One thing that they're really cutting down on this are the sight rages.
Oh, very true.
Since they're down here, they're hiding from everything. So the flesh hounds don't really see you until they're at the top of the stairs for this right lane here.
It's really nice. Speaking of flush pounds, it's really nice that most of these. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but pretty much Top and who's over with Topwolf right now? I believe it was Alex, right? Yeah. So Alex and Topwolf have only gotten streaks pretty much entirely, and meanwhile the other lane is getting all the flush pounds, and it kind of works in their favor.
Right.
Conversely, actually, it could be the opposite. They could actually utilize a rage flush pound to just come in and clear the lane. But actually, that would be going against having a Mano in that lane, I suppose.
Oh, I had to say something, didn't I? Here comes the flush pound right now, right in front of Topwolf coming up here. But I mean, it's just one flush pound. The only thing, though, is that those 2 strikes are kind of in the way. It's going to make it a bit difficult for him to start. I foresee a rage happening here.
Yeah, looks like
we're going with the nail bomb.
Yeah, but I think he's still gonna. Ooh, yeah. Alex is in a bad position to get extensions here.
Oh,
he got the Scrake anyway, though. Nice.
Good Scrake extent. Yeah.
Might have bought Top enough time to get this FP.
Ooh, the crits. Ooh.
Nice freeze from SongahmWolf right there.
Yeah, quick on the healing as well. Good shit.
Yeah. And these guys operate like a well-oiled machine, right? They've been doing that consistently throughout the whole tournament. Like, as soon as we jump into their war room, everybody is we just immediately hear really clear comms and very quick comms, right?
Yeah, they're always calm, cool, and collected. Now they do have a fleshman coming down the chaos lane, and he just got bullied. He just got bullied. He fell down the stairs.
And he goes into fire panic after he finally gets up. The poor guy.
Poor fleshman said no chance.
The one thing I wanted to point out about the dragon. I almost called it the Dragon Blaze. The Dragon's Breath, there we go. Is the ground fire for the Dragon's Breath is actually, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems much stronger than ground fire for most other weapons for the Firebug. It just, the duration seems really short, but the power of the ground fire seems really strong.
But you're absolutely right about it having a very strong ground fire, because each Firebug weapon does have different properties for the ground fire, with even some weapons only not getting any increase in damage for the ground fire when you upgrade them. But let me look into that, because I'm actually quite curious about it myself.
Yeah, I mean, the Dragon's Breath is, like I said earlier, that's one of the best tier 2s in the entire game. It's insane. Like, if you play like level 0 challenge, for example, that's one of the best weapons in that challenge, because the ground fire just eats Zeds alive, man, and it spreads it like crazy. Like, for the amount of ground fire you can spread from one shell, is pretty insane with that weapon. And also, Dom's also picked himself up a Dragon's Blaze as well. So he's just got... Actually, I think he might have gotten rid of the Trench Gun now, and he's using the Kalkan Burn and the Dragon's Blaze. With the Dragon's Blaze also being a pretty good ground fire spread as well, because he could shoot that in like a straight line, you know?
Yeah,
and just
definitely.
coat the entire staircase. But yeah, that Dragon's Breath is a really, really good early game. Yeah, and like I almost said, if Alexandru has a full stack of extensions, PoliceDom can basically spam like he's doing right now.
Yeah.
He's having a jolly good time just spraying that hallway down full of fire.
Might as well just play blindfolded.
Anything that walks in during that is not having a good time.
Stay down, you bastard.
One flesh pound coming down, a second one following suit down the chaos lane.
This Fleshpound is toast right here. He got nuked, he's getting spammed with fire. This poor guy can't do anything, he's about to go down. Poor Fleshpound.
So I found out that the base damage of effectively the base damage of that ground fire is 48 damage every half second. So with ground fire being 3 times the damage, and then other firebug damage buffs, that's insane damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
That's
over
a
100
lot.
damage a second.
Well over 100
over.
damage a second. Holy shit.
Yeah, and just for reference for the viewers, I mean, most of the small Zeds in the game
Ooh.
don't have any... Ooh, that was a really dangerous aggro swap right there, right on the
That's great.
NQTheobald. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's Craig was pushing in Dom, and then Craig just turned around to try to kill NQ, but thankfully
He's
Craig
straight.
died.
Yeah, but Dom watched his teammates back right there. Good on him. I was just gonna say that most of the small Zeds in the game don't have any more than 100 health. So, 100, you know, 100 between 100 and 200 health, and so that ground fire just eats them alive, literally,
Mm-hmm.
in like half of a second.
Ooh, the commando lane's getting pretty busy with some larges here. Yeah, tough extends when the larges are blocking the hallway here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But good choice though on Alexandru's part, taking the FN foul,
Yes.
which is one of the best commando weapons for helping with larges. So he can basically function as a second DPSer to help Topwolf take down those large.
Yeah, most definitely.
And also get extensions too, because it just does so much damage. It can actually extend off the larges.
Yeah, it looks like Song switched over to their lane.
You know, not even for the sake of the memes, but what would actually be fantastic for this lane due to its sheer firepower, mag size, would be the minigun actually. For those who don't know, the minigun does actually have the capability to self-prep. You can actually kill a Scrake on your own for a Z-time refresh as commando. And given how much space Alexandru has on this lane, it would be great for assisting with large kills and even getting your own if you absolutely needed to.
Oh, that freeze grenade just didn't do anything. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got the Amazon freezes.
Yeah, you got the classic Amazon freeze. I get a return on that one.
The wish.com freeze.
So the Scrakes on this map are being pretty unforgiving here. The ending Scrakes, that is. They're just wandering around, wandering the streets of London.
Yeah, they're wasting quite a bit of time, unfortunately. You know, which is no fault of the team. It's just, unfortunately, every map differs in its spawning profile, so to speak. Like the way that the spawn systems is set up in every map is different. So it's honestly just a mixed bag, and it also depends on where you hold and where your players are as well. One thing of note coming up here, if you look up at the upper right, we are about to enter the yellow section of the time bonus here. And once we reach that point, which I believe is at 70%, the time bonus will begin to decrease by 2 points every second. So it's going to start becoming a little bit quicker, and they're going to have to play faster to keep up the points.
Right.
And also, just another thing to keep in mind as well is that this is a 2-game set. So they will be playing Evacuation Point after this, and the total score across both of those games is going to be the score that the VTubers have to beat in about 2.5 hours from now or so, 3 hours. So they want to set as high of a score as possible so that the VTubers have a harder time beating them going into that later match. So
Yeah, most definitely.
ooh, big spawn right there, right off the bat, right in front of Topwolf.
Yeah, right off the bat for the hallway.
Actually spawned
is
right around
fun.
the corner from them too. That's crazy. Sure, actually, we're all going to be back here again, but I think I'm streaming that though.
Yeah, you and ZeElmo are swapping. Good. I'm just kidding.
I didn't want to hear my voice either. Don't worry.
Yeah, I get sick of that, honestly.
Yeah. So wave 5 already.
Yeah, they're making good pace. 14, just over 14 minutes.
Yeah, really smooth run so far. I mean, that wave, what was it? Was it wave 2 or 3 now when all the crazy stuff happened? I actually
Just
don't
wave 2.
remember.
Wave
It was
2.
wave
yeah.
2.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing in the game so far, but that was honestly more of a freak incident than anything else, right? Like, I'm pretty sure most of their practices, they probably didn't have that happen. That's just how KF2 is, though. But, I mean, other than that, they've been playing really solid right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are always a little more interesting when things are very tentative, but you gotta respect the just really well coordinated play that they're doing. This is why things are calm now.
Nice stun right there from from NerfLucio, excuse me.
Oh man, the RPG kind of showing off its wild side a little bit. You know, it's tough. Sometimes you aim that RPG straight at a Zeta and it just flies off to the right for some reason.
Yeah, also, if players are standing inside of one another, that can cause projectile weapons like the RPG to really, like, it just trails off in a random direction almost entirely. Okay, so we have hit that yellow time bonus increment like I was talking about, so now we're losing 2 points per second now, so it's a little bit tighter now.
Yep.
And I wanted to point out something real quick that happened a few moments ago, specifically with NerfLucio getting that stun. He specifically waited until after PoliceDom got done stumbling the FP. And the reason why that's important is because while the Flesh Pound is doing that stumble animation, he's actually not able to be stunned. So he properly timed the flashbang, basically.
Right.
Which I think is really... they're just working really well together over there. It's pretty insane, actually.
Get a little bit of heat on the Mandalane right now, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting quite a few larges coming in that Mandalane. Song is a good swap over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I don't know. That can be a mixed bag sometimes because when you have more people in one part of the map, more enemies will spawn there typically. So him being there could have actually also provoked more spawns. So it could have been that they just wanted to even the flow as well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, it's all good. I already forgot what I was going to say.
Good.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I remember what it was. I was going to say, based on the timing of their last Z time, the largest being staggered will still provide them with an ample amount of Z time to deal with the larges, or like the Scrakes just thinking about doing some office work.
So the Fleshmans have pushed in the Chaos lane here.
Nice. That timing right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
That was beautiful.
And now there's a lonely Fleshman out, just has no idea what's down those stairs. He does not want to know. Oh, they're taking it. Are they going to take it to him? I think they're going to take it.
He's literally about to descend into hell.
Last 6, they need to.
Oh no! Let him be. Leave him alone.
He just like melted into a puddle.
Dude was frozen, burned alive, and then exploded.
It looked like a controlled demolition. You know how like a building like implodes on itself?
Yeah.
That's basically what it looked like watching the screen. Or the Flesh Pound, I mean, excuse me. This poor Scrape.
I think Top is a little low on ammo there. That's probably why he's using the single AF, but they get it done.
Single AF is a very valuable single.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
I really liked. I used to use a single AF all the time, mainly because the AF, I forget what I think it's Skullcracker. You can the AF slow is much more than the other weapons because it's it's 2 bullets rather than just 1.
Yep.
Well, funny thing about the dual AF, or the AF is that it quite literally is almost the same stats as the 1911 times 2. It's a kind of a strange thing. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry, Blunt.
No, I had finished my thought.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm gaslighting myself. Gaslighting myself. Oh my god.
I will add though that one of the things that's nice. There's 2 things. So I'm an AF enjoyer myself personally, and everyone has their weapon that they like, right? But one of the reasons I like the AF 2011s, got this Magnum nerd over here. But yeah. So AFs are nice because, like Blunt said, they shoot 2 bullets, and each of those bullets can apply a stack of Skullcracker, which will slow the Flesh Pound or anything down by 10% per stack. It also generates rack 'em up stacks at twice the rate as well, because each bullet will generate a rack 'em up stack. And it has a lot of ammo, so it's really good for trash clearing. With the Desert Eagle, you don't have very many magazines available, so using ammunition on trash is a little bit of a waste, right?
Right.
So that's why. I mean, I'm not saying that's why he chose it, but I know for me personally, that's why I usually go with him when I play Gunslinger.
Yeah, I'm an AF enjoyer myself.
Yeah, I'm too much of a Swagnum enjoyer myself.
But how about them +1 deagles, everybody? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
No,
Oh,
out,
boy.
out, get out, get out, out with you, filth.
By the
Jokes
way,
aside.
something. Oh, you finish first.
Oh no, I was just to say, jokes aside, playing around with the upgraded deags is it's fun. We don't talk about it though.
It's quite
What?
insane. The Desert Eagles get an insane damage bonus from upgrades. Like, it's ridiculous, actually.
It's like 20% right off the bat, I believe.
You wouldn't
Yeah, something
upgrade
like that.
deagles.
Oh no, it's 25%, and then the next upgrade is 1.4, so you get a 40% at 3 or 5. Yeah, 25 to 15 exactly. Yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
heat wave there.
They end up doing the most damage per second out of pretty much all the pistols after they're fully upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that flesh pound. Did you see the flesh pound going for PoliceDom and NQ right there? Just couldn't even get in the room, man. As soon as he gets in the room, he's just snared, stumbled, blown up.
Yeah, I noticed that PoliceDom is keeping the Kalkenburn as his like heat wave weapon every single time. Or did he
Yeah.
switch to the flamethrower? He finally switched to the
Flamethrower,
flamethrower.
yeah,
Okay.
you're right. He did
Ooh, keeping it
swap.
classic.
Ah.
Here comes some largest here, but I think Z time's probably about to hit right here, and if it does, yep,
Oh,
there,
yeah.
those largest are dead. They're
Oh,
no way to make
boy.
it.
Dunsky. Sayonara. Hasta la vista.
That lane is actual hell.
Yeah, literally, they just sent into hell.
Yeah.
I just
like
wanted to
we-
mention earlier, real quick, that we forgot to mention actually that no medic bonus is actually giving them 1.5 times score multiplier,
Right.
which is why their score is so high right now. And they still have 5 waves left to go, so there's still a lot more points to be gained on the board. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if they were to use a survivalist, that no medic bonus would be a little bit less, but they're not running the
Yes.
survivalist. They're going. Remember that demo with a demo, you can't have a medic with a demo per the rules. So,
Yes,
you know,
that's
they're
true.
going full on into the no medic bonus.
There are more to kill.
Yeah, there are the perk limits, and like Blunt said, medic and demolitionist are not allowed to be used together.
Oh man, there's 9 left, 3 left.
They're breezing. They're absolutely breezing through these waves. What are close calls?
But they're making it look easy right here. This is just such a good system right here on this staircase. This is working. This is such a good combination of perks.
Yeah, I mean, it really shows though, like.
Too quiet.
You know, sometimes, you know, people will see, you know, like they see the separation of precision and standard, and oftentimes, you know, people will think it's because, you know, precision is just like that much. Sometimes, you know, people think that it's just so much better to have precision. I think honestly, it's just whatever your preference is, but
Let's stop.
it's
For
really
30
that
seconds.
these chaos perks are so strong sometimes. That's honestly why they get separated out, right? Because they're just,
Yeah.
you know, they're just too strong. You can do some really, really insane records and all that stuff with, you know, chaos perk.
Yeah, I'll say this much. Maybe it's my own personal bias, but NSCB definitely has my love for getting this creative and applying the a wide variety of perks so intricately.
Yeah, just to add on to what you were saying, though, Blunt, one of the things about we call them the chaos perks, you know, demolitionist, firebug, right? Sometimes even berserker is included in that. The thing about those perks is that they excel at AoE.
Yeah.
So in high max monster situations, when there's a lot of Zeds in the field, like right now, that's when those perks excel, and it's actually why they're so strong. It's why they're limited so heavily in the tournament. You actually can't have multiples of those at all. So definitely, you know, a lot of players I feel tend to undervalue those perks, right?
Right.
They're not as good at getting headshots, but they're good at other things.
Yeah.
And
most
we're kind of
definitely.
watching that right now in the other lane.
I mean, it's typically due to these stigmas surrounding them. I mean, I think we've all gone into a pub game, you know, and you get that one person who joins as a chaos perk, and then they muck everything up and then leave after they die, you know. But I mean, that's just like, Yeah, it's the brown spot of the apple. It's just the brown spot of the apple. It's all over all games, right?
Yeah, and in their defense, I've seen people come in, choose precision perks, and do the exact same thing.
Exactly. These perks are very unexplored, even after the years that we've been playing this game. So there's always more to learn.
Yes,
And
definitely.
NSCB is definitely showing off some of the very intricate sides of them. So we love to see that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's working really well, right? They haven't lost any health bonus yet. I probably shouldn't have said that, but
I'm knocking on wood for you. Don't worry, don't worry.
it's okay. You can blame me if somebody dies right here.
Oh, I'm here to fight. I'm always here to fight. I woke up and choose violence.
And Nigel is definitely a savage today. Pulling out Kuzu and now the pugs, dude. Let him have it.
Back in my day.
Here you go. Oh, that flesh mount just disintegrated.
There's a lot of flesh mounts approaching the stairs right now. There's already, what is that, 3, 2 in the stairs? Well, 1 now. The other one just got blown into oblivion. There's 3 more approaching. Or no, sorry, 2 actually. That's not as bad as I thought. Not that it really matters. I don't think they're even going to get down the stairs. Oh, he got knocked back out of the room. NQTheobald is just like, get out of my house, dude. Get out of my stairwell. Yeah, I think every single perk on this lane has a stun, right? PoliceDom has the, what is it, Z Shrapnel? There's a 30% chance, or I don't remember the chance actually, admittedly, but basically he hits a kill, it
It's
explodes,
30%.
and it stuns Zeds.
Oh,
NQ
the Chaos
has
Lace
his,
person.
oh yeah, hang on a second here.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be wild down there.
Nice, NQTheobald managed to get that straight down.
Yeah, good recovery there. And then pushing right back.
Yep. One of the nice things about the level 25 demolitionist skills is that it gives you no range, like minimum range in your projectile, so you can explode an RPG missile right at your feet.
Ooh, a little bit of ugly happening on the Mando lane right now. Well, a lot of large is pushing through. They're gonna push down the stairs.
Oh, yep, they are. Raging Scrake coming through.
Managed to get the flesh pound down though, which is
They're
good.
back to back.
There is
They
one
are-
more coming though.
Wait, oh, they're not quite back to back. Ignore me.
Well, there's a
Almost.
rage FP coming in. Where did he come from? I didn't even see that.
Actually unsure how he even raged. He must have been at the very end of the hall.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he just saw them on the way in. Ooh, Topwolf is stuck in the corner here. That was a little bit scary right there. If that flesh pound kept moving forward, he might have actually gone for a follow-up hit on Topwolf, and that might have been a kill.
Yeah.
But they
That's
managed to rage him and stop him in place, actually, so it actually helped him.
That's kind of a
Luckily,
moment
not
that
since
we're.
it's
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said that St. Zed's.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's like a moment where like you like as a large killer, you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna trust myself. I'm just gonna take it out right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the anxiety.
I mean, Top is a really, really long-time CD player, and he's a really confident player. I mean, we literally watched him earlier. He corner juked that Scrake, right?
Mhm.
Like, he knows
Yeah, that
what
was
he's
insane.
doing. So he trusts himself, and he knows he can get it done. One less Scrake here. Finally going down. We just a little bit of time. We're about to hit the red time bonus segment now, so now we're going to be going into 3 points per second. Honestly, though, it seems like they're just not really caring about getting the time bonus. It's kind of hard to get it at this point in the tournament anyway, just because it's it's so tight, right?
30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially 30 minutes to run out. In the beginning of the tournament, I think they had nearly 40 minutes at times, so it's just gotten tighter as the tournament's gone on naturally. But also, we're playing at such high stakes now. Remember, if they don't... Well, actually, we didn't even say this, because we're apparently really good at remembering to describe the whole scoring system. But if they were to wipe, they actually lose all of those bonus points up there in the upper right corner of the screen. They're just all gone. So that's why I said earlier that they don't think they're going to do the objectives. And it's also why I don't think it's really worth it for them to try to rush it. You know, just take your time, make sure they get the completion. That's what they need in order to have a good chance against VTubers.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah, because the stakes are really high. They're enough as just doing a nomadic run, you know.
Exactly.
So just adding that extra pressure is just, you know, sometimes it's just unnecessary. By the way, a Sentinel sighting. PoliceDom has bought a Sentinel.
A little toe?
A little toe makes an appearance.
That is totally rad. I'm so sorry.
You gotta see what we have to deal with there. I gotta deal with this man for another stream today.
Oh. I mean, I'm gonna say it anyways. It's probably not gonna happen again. But when Top goes out to hunt for larges, does that make him a juggernaut?
It does.
Okay, you're
Indeed.
fired.
Okay, dude.
You are promoted.
You are promoted to no longer part of the team.
Yeah, can we hear that again? Can we have a more slowed down explanation of that?
No.
Oh man, these large spawns are really starting to ramp up here.
Yeah, we are starting to get into the more the meatier part of the NTV1 spawn cycle here, getting into wave 8 through 10 here. But I mean, they're still holding strong, right? And actually, finishing up what I was saying earlier before all that stuff went down, I was just basically trying to say that every single perk on that lane on the stairs has a stun. Essentially, they have some kind of stun or snare that can completely shut down enemies. So everybody can cover each other essentially. Ooh, unfortunately, Rage the FP nullifying that flashbang, but it doesn't matter because the FP
that's
is
unfortunate.
panicking here.
And PoliceDom's bringing a raged FP up the stairs to the command center. PoliceDom can watch it. Oh, man.
Wow, that FP stayed alive for so long. Okay, this is actually a little bit scary. They got pushed back really far.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, they
Alex.
really gotta get these down.
Alexandru has a lot of pressure on him right now. You know damn well the comms are going off right now, and they know they need it. And he's doing a wonderful job at extending right now.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm Kurt Russell going into a burning building right now.
Looks like they're gonna be able to take this back, or at least keep it from going into the staircase. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
they
another
have-
Z-time proc here. Oh, unfortunately,
Nothing to go off of though.
They have a
Yeah.
double flesh pound coming around this corner here.
Anyone want this? I don't need
Ooh,
it.
that RPG missile rages that FP. But he's
Good
fire
thing for the
panicking.
fire panic, yeah.
Oh no, NQTheobald. He's gonna get
Oh,
hit
is
by
that
the calm
time?
hit.
Ooh.
This
Oh,
is
this is-
close.
Ew, this is ugly. They got this low.
NQTheobald is like 5 health right now.
Yeah, they need to do some syringe gaming right now for poor
Yeah,
Theobald.
undoubtedly. Oh, you know, actually lucky that ground fire dissipated and didn't rage that FP early.
Yeah.
But they gotta deal with it now. Oh, they gotta deal with it now.
FP pushing in.
Oh,
and
he's finally
Theobald.
getting done in by that Scrake, man. That's unfortunate. I think we should kick this over to a Worm and listen to how they finish up this wave. There's a Raging Scrake, by the way, flanking SongahmWolf right now.
Yeah, they're really starting to get pinched right now.
Yeah, let's take it over and listen to how they finish this wave.
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess get up there.
I'm just taking that break. Yeah, we're fine.
That's all. Everything else is far top lane. There's one Scrake far on the stairs lane.
I have one.
I think we're chilling.
Huge, dude.
I needed to push to grab my spear, and I died.
I'm with you on this. But with the 4-1.
Yo,
Watch out. He won't
What?
rage.
No.
Blocks. Just blocks and blocks and blocks forever. He's literally one shot. I just don't have enough ammo. He's raging low. Very
I'll
low.
pick it.
No, you don't. I don't think you'll need to. But...
He's running around in
he's
circles
just-
probably because he killed me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to go anymore. That was my bad. I knew I shouldn't have started that. He was just gonna time rage soon anyway.
Where is he?
Where is he
He's like
going?
on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
What?
They run around.
He's going
randomly
all
after
the
they
way
kill
around to the
somebody.
stairs.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, he
he's coming
canceled.
close
He
now.
canceled. He canceled. He's at the top of the stairs now.
Okay.
Blocks infinitely again.
Slow-mo Slayer.
What's the last?
God.
Scrake, top lane.
That was so unlucky with the block animation there. The block animation into the lunge. Everybody's very rare but favorite thing from an FB.
Mm-hmm. It's so tough too when you're like in close quarters like that too. It's like I just feel like that just happens so often when you're in close quarters with FPs. So like
Oh yeah.
it's just it's you gotta be that's why close quarter FP takedowns are just so tough, so
Yeah.
scary.
Any minute damage that doesn't like usually begin the rage animation for an FP does give it a chance to block, and when it does, it is. Brr. But we do indeed have an objective available. Do you think they're going to go for it? Maybe to make up for some points, because they can still do the same dynamic they have in there out there, but it seems to be a lot more tentative. But the one good thing
I don't
is
know,
the
man,
flexes.
Oh,
Flexes will be available.
I mean, this objective hold is like the most classic hold in this map, right? This is the
True.
KF1 hold right here. This is
Yep.
where pretty much every single time, like KF, like West London is like the DDoS 2 of KF1, right? Like,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
this is the map that's played more than any other map, and that's the hold that's held more than every other hold on this map in KF1. That is so. Yeah, it's very familiar to me. It's it's doable, but then there are the sight rages, and it's also like kind of an instant pinch, right?
Yeah.
Like if you get pushed at all, there's like at least here they have angles to turn. They have areas like they have room to back up. Basically, there you really don't have any room, so it's definitely risky.
It's
But
really
me.
really scary. I'm trying to go for that, honestly.
Yeah. You all know me, though. I will always encourage doing objective holds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Me too.
I was also really unlucky for Theobald to, was like, he's trying to get his spare, which he needed his spare. It just, like, shows kind of the limitations of, demo sometimes, because the RPG only has so much ammo in it, because it does so much damage.
Yeah, for sure. He just honestly like I think both of the deaths that happened were just fairly unlucky. Like again, Topwolf is a long-time player CD. He's been in that situation so many times, and so have I. Like I know exactly what's going through his head right there. Like, so, I'm sure he could have killed that, but it's just that one time where he decided to do the blocking shenanigans, and you could hear it in his voice when he was talking about it, right? It's just like,
yeah,
of course he would do it, that kind of thing. And it's nothing really like on him at all. Like it just sometimes that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Oh, NerfLucio, by the way, getting trapped here in the back corner. Also, who's back there? NQTheobald is low again already. He's about 30 health or so.
Yeah, this chaos lane.
Good. They need this set time right now.
Yeah, this chaos lane is in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, they need to help NQ get in. That FP is raging on the right there. If they don't kill this other flush pound so NQ can get in, that other one's gonna come
turning
off.
on NQ. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, what a kill. And stumbles on the other one.
Absolutely. This is one of the more unfortunate aspects of running a Chaos Hold, however, is shooting indiscriminately when you guys are already, like, basically pushed out can result in, like, the metric fucked on the Scrakes that came through. You know what I mean? They need that focus fire all at once. They can't have it staggered.
Right.
A grenade went off on the commando lane there and took all the extensions that Alexandru had. And now the Chaos lane is starting to get pushed in a little bit here, but nice stun right there from NQTheobald. Using that dynamite like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
We might want to go into the war room for this, because they're back to back.
Yeah, let's go back again.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab my far one.
I'm gonna try freezing right as I get around this corner, so maybe you can, like, slow down and stuff.
Where did that siren come from? What the fuck is that?
You guys okay now?
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm coming back to you guys now.
Okay, we should fall downstairs, I think. Yeah.
Oh god, that guy's still up.
I know, I had to spare.
Should be
holding
2
down here for the
SRE.
rest of the wave.
No, nothing. Also, I don't have a 4-1.
Careful.
Easy.
We got very lucky there. That would have been death if the game worked the way it should.
I have 3. I cannot take bodies, so I'm on 9 mil.
Good job. I'm low on Deagle. I already spared everything, so. 50 left. We're chilling.
I have 1, maybe Scrake.
There's a body on the. Yeah.
No, I think that's left.
Heard of it, pal?
Nothing.
No more freezes, by the way.
Yeah.
Just got strokes. How you guys doing back there?
We might want a little assistance.
Right, I'm just gonna turn around now.
FP should be gone.
We're fine up
It's
here.
done. The Scrake too.
And once again,
Better, mate?
it seemed like it was getting dicey, but they managed to claw their way back, and really well done, honestly. Good communication, right? It's so calm in there, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
There's a couple moments where they're a little bit stressed out, but honestly, more often than not, they're just super calm.
Yeah, that was a gritty hold right there. I really respected that. That was because like those moments, it can be really easy to just kind of just let it overtake you. You know what I mean? And they really did a good job of not letting it overtake them. And by the way, look at this objective.
Yeah, that's what I just said. This is actually really good for them because they're obviously already holding in this room, right? And objectives are worth 200 points each, but with the 1.5x multiplier from the nomadic bonus, they're actually going to get 300 points from it. And that's essentially going to make up all the deaths that they've had so far, right? So they're actually going to make 100 points extra.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty nice for them going into the last wave here, if they can manage to pull it off. The only thing about this, though, is that I don't know if there's enough Zeds that are going to be coming down here to actually get the objective complete. They have to get 70% of the wave complete in the zone, right? So
this could very well be a make or break moment right now. They might choose to actually hold just like the way they did at the end of that wave.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, in my opinion, if I were new Super Canine Bros, I probably wouldn't do this because it's not worth a potential wipe. I mean, you're basically giving up all that ground, right?
Right.
And they still have another map to play, right? So even if their score isn't exactly what they want right now, they still have another entire map to get a bunch more points on. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if they go for this, I respect the hell out of that. I mean, that'd be really cool to see, but
yeah,
I have a feeling they're not going to, though.
I think that there might be just enough to get the bonus. Because I mean, that commando lane is getting absolutely just swamped, but there is a lot still coming down the stairs here, down the fire explosion lane.
Fire explosion lane. I love that. I love that. That's what we call it. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, this team is, they've shown nothing short of excellence throughout the entire term, and no doubt they've at least considered that possibility, right? Of like, can we just do what we normally do and then just get it for free, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure even if they don't get it, I'm sure they've at least considered it at some point, no doubt.
So we'll see wave 10, 300 to go.
There's a little bit of a clog happening on the commando office lane here. I don't know what that flush man is doing. He's just having a good time, just hanging out with his clock and sirens. Oh, there he goes. He finally got loose.
He's part of corporate, dude. Corporate's just inspecting.
He's a tourist, he's enjoying the sights of West London.
Yeah, there's a burning car over here. There's another burning car over there. There's trash.
Yeah, it's just those kind of clogs are a little bit scary on that lane, though, because unlike the other side, they can't really deal with a tightly packed group of largest like that, right? Mm-hmm. Especially because when that happens in that side, it's a real world of pain for Alexandru to get extensions on, because everything is just clogged up, right? Also, congrats to NerfLucio with
like the hidden achievement.
Yeah, the hidden achievement. I think that's the shots fired one, I think, right?
Yes, we're shooting a lot.
Oh,
ooh, big crit coming in.
There. The FP's blocking. Oh, nice knockdown right there from NQTheobald on the FP. Buying even time, and they managed to get the kill.
FP's still coming in.
Nice stun. Oh, such good use of in-caps here.
Yeah.
Mandolane is getting a bit claustrophobic. Got a Scrake train coming in. Spearheaded by. Oh, actually, that was not another FP, but there is. Okay, well, there was an FP. I spoke too soon. Or too late, I guess.
Man, I can feel the tension though. Like Alexandru has to be stressed out right now. That's such a there was a Husker that was shooting at him. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he purposely went for the headshot.
Ooh,
no
Theobald.
Oh.
Theobald got cornered there.
Ooh, yeah. I caught that right at the end. Alex went for a headshot on that Husk though, probably because he was afraid of it raging flesh pounds. That's actually something that we didn't mention, but Topwolf mentioned it when we were in the war room. He said that if the game worked correctly, what he was talking about was when you blow up a Husk backpack right next to a flesh pound, normally it rages the flesh pound.
Yeah.
And that indeed would have been probably instant death for them because we're right there in the room with them. Please, I'm taking a crit. No, oh.
Oh, there we go.
Nice knockdown right there.
Yeah, so they're pushed back in, but they're running right back. There's triple Husk. Raised that one flesh pound. Good thing that Husk backpack didn't raise the other two behind him.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was just talking about, right?
Yep.
That could be death. Also, a Husk just spawned to the right there. I don't know if they're going to see him. Well, if they don't push out, I think they'll be okay. But if they push out and they don't see that Husk right there, he could go for a sneaky flamethrower play right here. I don't know if you guys see that.
It looks like
they're
Loudy coming. Loudy coming.
They're just going to be under... Looks like they're just not going to get enough for the objective hold.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, they're at 40%. They were making a good pace, but then, you know, just the largest kind of pushed him out of the zone.
It's great having fun on the desk there.
Like I said, though, that's honestly not a big deal because they have an entire other map to play in Evacuation Point coming up. So, again, like, in my opinion, I think that's the right move for them.
Yeah, still looking at 2100 for this, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to get 100 and... or what?
150.
Yeah, 150 for this wave completion, right? Yeah, so 2100, right?
It's like someone closed the door on accident.
Please don't drop really low.
Oh, what a save.
Wow, dude.
11 to go, 10 to go.
Just testing our freaking heart, man.
Oh, man.
I think they're going to be able to pull this off. Top dropping a little bit low. If he gets crit here, he's... Oh, the dodge!
He needs to be careful here. Oh, man, what a
What's
dodge.
going on with that flesh pound? Nice freeze.
He's
What a
on
dodge.
game mode.
What in the world?
Dancing with flesh pounds, the classic movie.
Dancing with danger. It's actually an achievement. Jeez, dude. Well done to
A
Super Canine Bros.
Great wave 10 from
that was-
NSCB.
That was
But-
an excellent wave 10.
It's not over yet. They still
Nope.
got to do the boss wave. They got those 2 matriarchs coming up again. And again, if they die in the boss wave, that is all the bonuses forfeit. So
Yeah. Don't take, they cannot take these matriarchs lightly.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Now-
definitely not over yet.
The real question is, where are they gonna kite these Maddies? Because there's not a lot of good kite spots necessarily for this, and they're gonna have 2 matriarchs. So, do you think they're just gonna do the usual lap around the streets?
So I actually think I've been thinking about this a little bit. I mean, obviously we knew what the settings were going to be beforehand, right? The first place that I thought of where they would kite her is going to be these double-decker buses, where it looks like they're setting up right now. Basically, with Matriarch, one of the best ways to fight her is to find a small object that has enough like vertical clearance to cover you, right? So she can't see you. And you essentially just kite her in circles around that because you're able to dodge all of her laser attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that spot right there where they're at is really, really good. It's also a short loop, right? So they can make it to the cover before she shoots at them. But another spot is actually over where Alexandru currently is, down in their hold. If you go into that back room where the jail cells are, there's another loop there as well. So if they wanted to, they could split kite the matriarchs separately and have one team down there and one team at the double deckers. But it looks like they're just gonna maybe just kite both of them at the double deckers, which is really ballsy, but I like it.
I'm curious to see how they're going to handle this, because we saw double Hans earlier, and one of the things I thought was cool was someone just kited that second Hans away.
Yep. Here we go, guys. This is it. This is a really pivotal moment right here. So one of them spawned right next to them.
Do you think they're gonna split the matriarchs?
They're gonna have to, in my opinion. I think it's way too risky to have them both together at the same time. SongahmWolf almost getting hit there. They gotta get these guns down. If they just get the guns down, they got this. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, Song! Oh, how did he not get zapped there?
Ooh, Top with the plasma cannon juke. Very nice.
Ooh, Song is taking that plasma.
Oh, Topwolf also took a Tesla beam too as well. But yeah, it looks like they are doing what we were talking about. Top is kiting one of them separately.
Yeah. Okay, there's one gun down.
Nice, nice.
And now they have to watch for these EDARs. The bombers specifically are they knock you around so much. They can be really irritating.
Oh, Top getting hit.
Oh, Top
What?
Oh no!
Wait.
What is going on with the boss there? What in the world? Okay. She just discombobulated? What happened to Topwolf?
He was getting hit by the beam from the other Maddie? Yeah, that...
I have no idea. I actually wasn't looking over there. I was looking at the other.
Yeah, no, I was watching. He was... They both shot at the same time, but the beam from the other...
What the heck is going on with the boss right now? I have no idea, honestly. Ooh, NQ took a... That's not good. He took a Tesla blast right there. That took the rest of his armor out.
Yeah.
They gotta get this gun down, man. They gotta get this gun down ASAP.
Yeah.
They might be able to get some extensions here from...
Yeah, they're stuck out here in the open. Theobald almost got grabbed by the other matriarch.
Oh, NQ. Oh, she turned away from him. But the other matriarch was closing in.
No, they are not. They are going... Oh, they're following Alex. Oh, I see.
Oh, this is a dangerous situation here. They gotta get to cover quickly. Oh, NQ is trapped in the trader room. He's gonna get meleeed here. Oh, but... Reactive
That level
armor!
5 skill.
Oh
yeah,
my god,
very nice.
Oh my god!
Oh, Theobald's down.
Oh no, not like
Oh,
this.
Song's down. They still can do this.
This is still winnable. They just need to kill one of the Maddies.
Yeah, they need to
He
pull.
just needs to get that gun down. It's so close. PoliceDom is still up. He's in the back corner here. I think he's trying to plink at that gun there. Oh, but NerfLucio's in a really bad spot. He's got to get out of there. Oh, nice juke right there.
Oh, and the knockdown from the foul. Let's go.
Oh man.
This is actually... This is super winnable.
Oh, no,
Oh man.
Bomber,
That
dude.
EDAR bomber.
That is so unlucky.
Ooh, Alex needs to get out of this corner, or this hallway.
Too late to run. The human body is highly conductive. This is what's called the fourth state of matter.
Alex about to take down this one.
Oh, the nice
corner
juke
kite
from Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, PoliceDom's got to
Let's get a
hide.
good Z time too. Very nice.
He's so close to getting the gun down. Did they get the other matriarch down? I think they did.
Yes,
right?
they did.
Maddie is dead.
Oh, this is... Oh, dude, this is so intense. He just... Literally, the gun is like one.
Effectively utilizing plasma is a must.
Really good
Very
juke there.
nice. Oh, and
Here
the
comes EDARs,
damage!
though. But EDARs are coming in, though, now. Oh, and he got meleeed. Uh-oh. This is still dangerous for PoliceDom here. If that EDAR hits
Yeah.
him...
He
Oh,
needs to get away from these EDARs.
Observe
he's so low that
He's
it...
about to get grabbed.
Oh, and it glitched, let's go!
Oh, my God.
Oh man.
What? What is that aggro swap?
Okay.
Take these.
Yeah, we take those for sure. I was about to say that he's so low that even the EDAR trapper grabbing him would kill him.
Yeah.
It does do a little bit of damage.
So they're regrouping right now.
Oh, there we go. The comeback. It
This
happens
is so
now.
intense.
as you can see. I've thought of
Oh, Alice is
What
trying to
a
dodge
dodge!
the tentacle. Nice dodge. They just need to get these EDARs down. They gotta get that trapper.
That trapper. Oh, what a dodge. What a dodge.
Dude, these EDARs are just causing havoc right now. They gotta get those down. Another grab coming out. Nice dodge from Alex,
Nice.
but using the street light to
Hey.
LOS that.
They just need to remain
just-
calm and just keep doing this. Keep doing what they're doing right here.
Oh, this ground fire
That's some
damage
really
here.
good damage right there on that ground fire. What a dodge there too.
Dude, this is insane.
Okay, luckily Alex got a 4-win spare. Very nice, very nice.
They pull this off. They're saving their team 500 points here.
Yeah.
They're gonna get another wave of EDARs. Ooh, that tentacle almost connected. They're gonna get another wave of EDARs in a few moments here though when she hits 25%.
Yep.
It's not over just yet. It's close though.
armor plating requires further development.
I think Dom does have a katana. So one thing about Maddie that a lot of people don't know is that if you actually parry, oh, Alexandru almost got hit by that melee. If you parry the tentacle right as it connects, you can actually fend it off.
No, I didn't
wow.
even know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yep, you can do it with a knife as well, as far as I know.
Some
Oh, the
Ooh,
grab!
Alex with the grab.
Oh, don't get stared at.
Stared at.
man.
Oh, let's go!
I
Oh,
think you might
man.
get hit by that. Yeah, I was just saying that might be why that might be why PoliceDom has the katana. Okay, here
Yeah.
comes the next set of EDARs now.
Yep.
Once they get this down, though, this over. They just need to kill these, and they're all right here, it looks like.
Yeah, Matriarch is enraged. She's mad and invisible, but good thing Alexandru's still alive.
Ooh,
You
and
just need to
look
go
at that.
all in on her right now. Just go in on
That
her.
ground
Screw it.
fire.
Yeah.
That ground fire doing work. Oh, the knockdown.
Nice. PoliceDom also watching Alex's back right there. There's an Edar flanking him there.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so low. 2,000 health.
Huge
Getting
damage.
close.
Huge damage right here.
Getting
1,000
close.
health.
They got this in the bag. They got this in the bag.
Oh,
Let's go,
man.
dude.
What a clutch. What a clutch by those two. What a clutch, dude.
What a freaking finish,
Amazing
dude.
work. Amazing work from NSCB here.
1,500
clutch.
points for the first game going into the second game here. That's, hey man, that 500 points, that can make the difference, man.
That's
You never
huge.
know, right?
Yeah, that was huge.
Jeez. Just to the very end, man. Just fighting tooth and nail. Great job right there.
30 seconds left.
I don't exactly know what happened with Topwolf though. I have no idea. I've never even seen that before with the Matriarch shooting through the wall. I'm not exactly sure how to handle that situation either.
Dude, I have to say, that was some of the best dodging I've seen against
dude.
Matriarch, dude.
Holy cow, man.
Like, man. PoliceDom did a really good job dodging. There was a moment there, he was right next to the buses, and Matriarch shot her plasma beam, and PoliceDom kind of just kited around the plasma beam, shooting the ground fire on the ground, then went around the corner of the bus. He didn't get hit once. I think he got grabbed, and then something happened where he didn't get hit, and oh man, that was so good.
They played that excellently, even in the midst of adversity. That must have been heartbreaking, and they still pushed through so strong. That was insane.
Yeah, they got it.
Never give up.
Yeah, hopefully they can carry this momentum into the next wave, because that's a lot of momentum.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd be juiced if I were them right now. I'd be so excited. That was such a sick finish, man. That was amazing.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I mean, I want this to be as close as possible, right? So, I mean, I'm just glad that they got that extra 500 points, right? And that just makes it that much harder for VTubers to beat later on, right? Depending on how well they do in this map. So now we are in Evacuation Point now, which is also one of the harder maps in the game. There's a lot of open area here, so I'm not sure where they're going to be holding. There's a couple classical holds here. It looks like they're going to be taking a couple minutes off as well. Understandable, honestly. Completely okay. So we'll just be hanging out here for a bit while the team gets ready. But while we're waiting, we can talk about this map. So this map,
I love this map.
Yeah, I love this map as well. It's a beautiful map. It's just really cool. I love the ambient sounds in this map. I love everything about this map. But it's definitely a tough CD map for sure. There's a couple of holds they could possibly use here. The main one that I've done in the past is in the room with the 2 escalators. Looking into, I don't exactly know how to describe the building, but there's 2 escalators with an elevator in the middle. And that's the spot that I typically know is used. But lately, in the recent time, there have been teams actually using, there's a trader pod right by the ship, actually right outside that building. That's where I've seen other teams holding as well. So they could use one of those 2 spots. They could go for a hold in the ship itself. There's all sorts of different places they could use in this map. So it's really just like a gold mine for holds.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I noticed that a lot of CD games tend to hold, around the escalators. I've also noticed that a lot of people like to hold by that window, because it does make it kind of like a, like kind of a one-way hold, right? With a really good escape, right? This window is a great escape, and this is also my favorite. Hell on Earth, one of my favorite Hell on Earth maps. When I do Hell on Earth pubs, I will often vote for this map if I can. And just the hold outside of the ship where that trader is, I've had a lot of fun there. It's like a 3-prong hold there. There are many holds. There's actually another hold, if I recall.
I've heard of people using the roof as well.
Yeah, like on the roof. It's kind of flying around to see if I can notice it.
One thing about that,
but I've never held there.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I would say out of all the places we just got done talking about, the roof is definitely the riskiest one though, because FP site rages, right? When the flush pounds see you, they start that 10-second rage timer, and when that expires, they're getting angry. And you got angry boys coming in, and you have that much less time to deal with them. So I don't really foresee them using that one, but I will say right now, I do remember that there is an objective up there. I think it's on wave 10. It's on that rooftop, so we'll have to see if they decide to go for that when we get to that point. But again, I have a feeling, just based on the players themselves, based on the way they've been playing in the tournament as a team, I don't think they'll be going for any of them. I think they just want to play it solid and just get as many points as they can because they know that this is their one chance to set a high score, right?
Right.
Because remember, they, like we said earlier, it's going to repeat. They have to win 2 sets. This is the second game in set 1. And later on, in about 2 hours from now, the VTubers are going to be playing their set. And if the VTubers get a higher total score, they win. It's over.
Yeah.
If the new Super Canine Bros win, they have to do it again because they're the losers bracket team. So everything is riding on this game right here.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of pressure on this team here to perform at the height of their abilities.
The one good thing about this map, though, is this is so much more, maybe not the right word, but standardized map for CD in terms of what people have explored. I think West London in of itself is not something that we've explored a lot in CD. And this map I've seen get a lot more exposure. So there's probably a lot more, I guess, in-depth knowledge of this map, the pathing, the spawns. It's more, people are more acquainted with it. So as you can see, we're also seeing a lot. It looks like they're going back to their kind of usual like nomadic precision comp. Probably gonna do something a little more standardized, but because of that, because of how acquainted they probably already are with the map, we might see some objective holds. Could be to make up some points. Maybe they practiced it. Maybe this was the plan all along. Either way, I'm super excited to see how English is a language, but how NSCB plays this out. I'm very excited to see.
Yeah, absolutely. This is such good stuff. I mean, man, like, what an ending to that last game. I mean, even if they don't come out they don't come out on top after this, like that still was an amazing match to watch. Like, holy crap, they delivered, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I like that, we're seeing almost a pretty drastically different team composition than the previous map. It just shows the variety of ways that you could play CD, right? It's just, sometimes people think of CD as being such a rigid thing, but it doesn't have to be rigid. And by the way, we had 2 matriarchs last game. Now we have 2 patriarchs in this game.
Yep.
Now, patriarch can be seen as kind of a joke sometimes, but you cannot sleep on patriarch. I've eaten many patriarch rockets in my time playing this game.
Yeah, the thing about Pat is that he can tend to sneak up on you, right? When you're dealing with the first one, sometimes the second one just happens to come out of nowhere, and you get a face full of rockets, and that's not fun. So, anyway, we have gone live here, and it looks like they're going to that double escalator hold that I was thinking they were going to use, which is the classical CD hold in this map. So
right, it's a good hold too. It's fast. There's, if they're trying to go for some time, it's pretty quick. Got a lot of close spawns. It's pretty evenly balanced when it comes to spawns.
Yep. Though it is worth mentioning, though, that this hold, similarly to the one that they used last map, does have a lot of elevation changes, right? It's got 3 staircases in it, so... And they don't have the Chaos perks this time, right, to delay and stumble things around, so it's going to be pure aim here from these guys to get through this. We've already got a Fleshpound kind of trolling right here. He turned around.
Looking at the people upstairs.
Yeah, Top's going to get hit here. Luckily,
nice
he didn't go for the crit. Nice freeze right there from Song from behind the FP. A little freeze grenade trick shot there.
Yeah, this can be a little bit tricky to extend too because of the angle they're coming up on the escalators.
Yeah, slopes are really not to be trifled with. They look a lot. They're a lot harder than they look, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised that with all this talk about slopes and Tamari being here, we haven't talked about, the potential to Goomba some larges.
This is true. I actually failed to read off. I was so hyped about the bosses, that boss wave, that I didn't read off the stats, and I didn't see who had most Goombas there, so.
Yeah.
Epic failure. Epic failure by me, but I did see that Topwolf was leading the way with damage.
Can't believe you've done this one. Can't believe you've done this.
Come on, man, get it together, dog.
I was too amazed by those jukes by Alex and PoliceDom, man. Those jukes were just so insane.
That was like grade A kiting.
So, Tamari, how would you say the NSCB is doing against all these Zedlings?
They're doing pretty good. There's a lot more Zedlings left though to kill. So we'll see.
About a minute and a half wave, so that wave went
that was,
with a pretty good pace here.
That was a really quick wave. Good job on them.
Yeah, anything under 2 minutes is pretty good in CD terms.
And also, like, just like the last hole that they did on West London, there's a trader right here, right? So,
yep.
They just go right to it, get what they need to go, share money, and bada bing, bada boom, they're ready. You know what I mean?
3D printer express.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about the tournament that we've never really taken much time to say outwardly, but I feel like people have probably noticed it by now, but all of the trader pods on the map are open at the same time in the tournament.
Yes.
And that's mainly to eliminate randomness from having an impact on the outcome of the match, right? You know, the team doesn't get the same trader that the other team got and so on and so forth. But that's actually done a lot for the teams to be able to be a little more versatile in where they hold, right? Because now they can hold basically anywhere. All the traders are accessible, and that's actually really helped them out. So I like the side effect of that change, you know? So wave 1 was pretty smooth, all things considered, and going into wave 2, we're gonna have a little more flush pounds coming in now, so we'll have to see how they handle those. One thing about the slopes, so it's not gonna be the case on this hold in particular, but just something I wanted to mention about slopes is that if you're on the downward side of the slope, if they were holding downstairs, slopes are even scarier in that regard, because sometimes the Zeds will walk on top of each other, bounce down the stairs, and they can literally launch themselves at you.
Yes.
So stairs are just seriously really terrifying.
Yeah, then there's also the, dreaded Scrape Goomba, right? Which is oftentimes an insta-kill.
Yeah, if Scrape is attacking and he walks on top of you while he's attacking, you're dead. That's basically it. It almost happened to PoliceDom there.
I'm finding interesting is they actually have Alexandru on SWAT playing the GS lane, the solo GS lane. Looks like they funded him for a nail gun right off the bat as well. That's insane.
Smart.
Yeah, the nail gun's a really good weapon for a SWAT to use when the SWAT needs to kill larges, right?
Crawler wasted his flashbang there though, unfortunately. That was unlucky. But honestly, 2 textbook takedowns right there though from Alexandru. That was pretty smooth.
Yeah, Alex taking advantage of the Z time for the infinite ammo. He's just about to reload and said, "Nah, I think I'll just have my infinite ammo."
Exactly. So I notice how they have Song here on the other escalator. That's a really good move because sometimes the Zeds don't work with you and they will just path up this other escalator. And it can be, it can be really exciting when a flesh pound goes up this other side and all of a sudden you turn around and like, oh, hi.
Hey, do you guys remember when Wave 2 started? Because it's basically almost over already.
Wave 2?
That was so fast.
Where'd you go? I'm like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction looking around like, where do I go?
I feel like I just looked at it and it said like 100 whatever it said at the beginning of the wave and now it's over. That was so fast.
They just really want to fight the next boss.
Oh, really nice strike takedown by Alexandru there.
Yeah, and a minute 43 wave. Excellent work.
Something I've noticed that sometimes people will downplay, perks like SWAT because they're just not, aware of some of the capabilities that SWAT has. And sometimes I don't think people realize how deadly that nail gun is against large killers. And it really allows the SWAT to do an incredible amount of damage. I've seen SWATs, sometimes do near, sharpshooter or gunslinger damage, by using the nail gun and Chris combination, right? And now that they have this new gun, right, the G36, which does good armor damage. So the SWAT is a lot more versatile than I think people realize sometimes.
The SWAT needed some love, right? And a lot of the weapons that have come out have really helped it kind of regain, a spot. It's not the most ideal perk to take, and in a majority of games and regular CD matches, you really won't see SWAT very often, just because everything else is usually better. But it is a lot better than it used to be, and that's great. I love watching SWAT gameplay.
Yeah, likewise with support gaming. I see Theobald as a support. Support gaming is near and dear to my heart. It was one of my favorite perks in KF1. One of my favorite perks as well in KF2. So it's always good to see that. It's good to see that support is getting some more love as well.
It's just kind of sad to see from KF1 to KF2 that support just stopped being a specialist. Whatever happened with that?
I do miss the 12 grenades.
Oh god, the 12 grenades.
I do miss the 12 grenades. The flesh pound grenade takedowns. That was my jam right there.
Yeah, I miss the grenades like blowing each other up. You know, when you throw like multiple. Like everyone's done that rookie mistake in KF1 where you're like, oh, flesh pound, spam G as fast as possible, and all the grenades blow up in your face. You just kill yourself. You know.
I got your joke, Illeth. I just
Oh, it just wasn't that funny at all.
I just
I'll
ignored it.
take
I'm
it.
just
I can take the L.
I'm just kidding. It's good. It was good.
Oh, it's fine. I'll cry later. I'm on push to talk.
It was good. I owe you a can of ravioli for that.
Thanks, man.
Because that's a joke that I should have gotten right off the bat.
That's how we'll reward you. We'll pay you in cans of ravioli.
You know, I'd appreciate that.
A good joke is a can of ravioli, and if you get us all to laugh, it's 2 cans of ravioli.
I'm past the point of no return.
That's 1 can.
Ooh. Speaking of pasta, pasta and some meatballs for Song there on the escalator.
Mm-hmm.
But a quick recovery. Very nice.
Yeah, the team's doing a good job of unravioling this wave right here.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys are too much, man. I was gonna say that. How do I even outdo that? I was gonna say that because there are 2 escalators, they can unravioli the big groups of Zeds and split them up amongst the 2 escalators. Which actually is pretty helpful, though. Real talk, it's actually pretty helpful to have 2 lanes.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Oh, it is. It definitely is.
I'm sure there's a spaghetti pun somewhere in there. I just don't have the brain cells for it. I have the one, and I live with it.
I got some tournament scrapes up right now. Their Topwolf's going for the first one outside the restaurant there, and the other one, oh, the other one just did a 180.
The other one decided he's gonna turn
What a
around.
troll! Dude, oh, he did it again.
Oh man.
Oh, this
That's
Drake is a troll, man.
Epic
He's a
scrape happening
funny
right
guy.
there.
He saw everybody rolling in from the sky bridge, and he's just like, I don't want any of that. And then he sees them coming from the restaurant. Nope, I don't want any of that. There's another 180. How can I waste their time bonus? Just run around the map. I'll just do laps.
Feel better now? The gun that won the West.
So yeah, so far
Good
though,
pace here,
really.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was that point?
No, I was just saying, so they're making a good pace here.
Yeah, that's actually what I was about to say as well. Really good pace so far. I mean, this is solid so far, right? This is like a textbook CD hold coming out from NSCB here.
Yeah.
Good base stay here. Hey, I didn't say. I said it, but Elmo wrote it. All right. Don't at me. All right, I'll can it with the puns. Okay. Elmo voicing the intrusive thoughts of my mind, and we head off into wave 4 already. They seem to have this hold down to a T, though. This is really good.
Yeah, so far so good. I like PoliceDom's strategy of like kind of being up on the rail, because sometimes you know, those escalators are so like they're so thin, right? You can kind of like get in each other's way.
Yeah, this is a really good like power position for him, right? One thing to point out here is that he has line of sight on basically every lane here, besides where Alexandru's at. If he needs to take extensions from the Skybridge where NerfLucio and NQTheobald are, he has a perfect line of sight into that room, right? That pathway. He also can shoot down the escalator. He's got a good vantage point, and then additionally, support brain thinking here for me. But he's also in a prime position to Goomba anything that might push him top of this, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. Also, that's free trash clear as well. Let's stop focus on the takedowns. Because there really is nothing better than doing a takedown while a crawler eats your ankles, you know?
Yeah.
You don't like getting your ankles eaten?
Just ankles, yeah. For now.
All these
There's
Z
a scrape
times.
bouncing.
Oh man.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh my god. And they get it anyway.
Nice
Let's go. Oh, he on air game mode.
They're getting lost in the sauce here.
The spaghetti sauce. I was waiting to make that pun too. Yeah.
They're lost in the sauce and they're pasta to the point of no return. Okay, I tried. Don't judge me.
Oh, I trust me. We're all judging you.
Yeah, we're all
I'm
judging each
I'm
other.
judging myself. It's okay. I always judge myself. So.
We're judging each other, and I'm sure the crowd is judging us all very, very harshly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? That Skybridge lane got pushed out for a little bit, but they just came back so quick.
Yeah, I actually haven't really had much time to pay close attention, but which lane's actually been the heaviest so far? Has it been the Skybridge?
I want to say
NerfLucio
Skybridge.
and NQTheobald are?
Yeah, Skybridge has been pretty heavy.
Here you go, pal.
The escalator lane has been really consistent, right? They've been getting a pretty, like a decent amount of larges and trash. Pretty well balanced. But that Skybridge, yeah. Skybridge can be really crazy. And it's kind of interesting that they're pushing up past that roof spawn, right? That ceiling spawn, because there is like a broken hole right there in the Skybridge ceiling. But it seems to be just trash, so they're not really worried about it.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is only trash that's only.
Yeah.
That'll keep me going.
So this is pretty much a textbook game from NSCB here. This is pretty much how they've played all the rest of the matches they've done this tournament, but in terms of the perks and even the loadouts as well. We give NQTheobald again using the 301, which actually a lot of people don't realize actually has more healing per dart, I believe, than even the 401 does. Like, it doesn't shoot as many darts, but it has more healing per dart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I also
How's it
would be
now?
mistaken otherwise.
How's it now? Okay.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean, I still think the 401 is probably a little bit better, especially because we do have the, you know, the nerf Teemo Goblin and stuff like that.
Right.
It has a slower recharge rate, but you know, the 301 is a really good budget off-perk healing tool
Yeah.
for the game like this.
I love the 301. The damage the 301 does on a support is also, I think, pretty underrated. It's almost on par. It's not completely on par, but it's almost on par with the M4, and the M4 is an excellent weapon.
I mean, even on just the base gun itself is just an absolute monster. Like, you know, the damage itself and also the stumble power. Like, whew.
Hey Elmo, do you remember what the other objective is in this match? I know one of them's on the roof, and I believe it's wave 10. I just can't remember what the other objective is. We have objectives on wave 9 and 10 again. Same as last time, but I just don't remember what that second one is. I'm probably... Well, actually, I could take a peek, but I'm not going to know how to tell which number it is.
You are not forgiven.
We'll find out. Thanks, Elmo. I could be savage as well. Ooh, a little bit
they're getting a lot.
Oh,
the crit,
dude. I was about to say they're getting a lot of heat in the Skybridge, and if he gets crit, he's gonna die, and it literally happened.
Yeah, really bad time for a crit here. But they just need to move on.
Ooh, Screen training a bunch of trash in the Skybridge lane, though. Yeah, Song went into flex for that.
Yeah. So they're going to have to push back because they're not going to be able to hold that other escalator now with Song pushed up there.
Yeah.
And it looks like, yeah, Alex pushed back too. So good communication there. Really unfortunate crit there. But, you know, like, deaths aren't the end of it all. Like, deaths hurt, but they don't, like, kill your score completely. It's the wipe that will kill the score. So they just need to just move on and just keep focusing on what's in front of them.
They can, they can definitely outweigh the loss of points with the the outstanding pace they're making right now.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way, this position is actually a little more advantageous right now because no one is looking down the escalator, so none of the flush pounds that are walking in down there are starting their race timers until they get up the stairs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But right now, there's still a little bit of an onslaught incoming right now. There's 3 flush pounds on the Skybridge right now, and a 4th one approaching soon.
They are well past the max monsters, however.
Yes.
So this is pretty much clean up phase by this point.
Yeah, just 50 to go.
But there is a surprising amount of large still remaining in the wave.
Oh, Song!
Oh, what a bash.
The bash for the calm crit.
Oh, I don't know who did it. I don't know if it was NerfLucio or Song himself, but that was an...
Oh,
Alex,
man.
hello!
They need to take him out. Oh, man.
Oh,
they
my goodness.
can't afford damage right now. They're getting shipped out. This is
You need
not
to
good.
stun this flush pounder here. Just stun or freeze. Oh, this is ballsy. Oh, wow. Okay, you got deleted. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, it looked like that was NerfLucio, I think, with the bash there. That saved Song's life. If that bash didn't happen, Song would have eaten it.
Yeah, he was about to get the follow-up hit, the calm crit combo, as we call it. And that would have been 100 points off the health bonus again.
great comeback right there.
Yeah,
Great
really good.
recovery.
Really good.
A little bit of a slower wave just because of what happened, but honestly, like if I'm NSCB right now, I'm not too upset about that. You know, it's just one death. They still got 4770 on the board, and there's 500 more completion to gain, which is going to put them at 750 actually, if I'm not mistaken, with the 1.5x. So there's a lot of points left to be earned, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
absolutely.
There's plenty of points to be earned, and you know, just with any competition that you're in, you know, you just have to you got to save any and all frustrations for afterwards. You know, you can't let it, you just snowball during your competition.
Yeah, you just got exactly. You just
That's
need to
like the
lock in
challenge.
and focus, you know.
That's the challenge, right? You know,
Yep.
You see it happen all the time in sports, right? Someone gets upset, and all of a sudden they just serve up a fastball down the middle and they give up a grand slam. You know.
Yeah, I mean, mentality is everything, right? And this is all about execution under pressure, right? It's can you keep up against the demand, and so far they've been doing great. A really early Scrake spawn right in front of SongahmWolf right here, but really nice dead time proc, so he's gonna get that stun with the Ranger, and that should be a dead Scrake right here. Yep, and indeed that Scrake goes down.
Some good Ranger gaming there.
And the flick onto the clot, like, no, don't touch my armor. I just bought that.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Topwolf's got to take on 1 FP here. Should be able to get it. Nice kill. Yeah, and PoliceDom coming in for the assist there.
Yeah, shooting down a slope is much more preferable than shooting up a slope.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, another thing that I didn't mention about PoliceDom's positioning, as we hit the yellow time bonus decrement, by the way, so we're losing 2 points per second again. But one of the things that I didn't mention about PoliceDom that I just thought about right now with him being on that side is it actually makes more sense for him to be there because SongahmWolf has the ability to basically undo any mistakes with freeze grenades. So if he gets pushed a little bit further than he likes, or he's just uncomfortable in general with the engagement, he can just throw a freeze like he just did right there. But Top doesn't have that luxury as Gunslinger, right? So he has the extra person to help him out instead.
Right.
It kind of balances out the lanes a little bit better, right? In my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could say these escalators have their ups and downs.
Yes, they do. They definitely
really
escalate.
Those cans of ravioli, aren't you?
Hey, all I can say is Boyardee's player's pretty good. And then Elmo with the "you weren't supposed to say that." All right, I'm like officially banned.
Yeah, ban ills. We don't care about Duke no more. We gotta ban ills now.
Oh my.
Oh man, that Sky Bridge lane getting pushed here.
Slammed,
yeah, both Lucio and Theobald caught a nice spicy meatball from that husk.
Seems like NQ's kind of using his health as a resource, though, to kind of just stave off that lane.
Mm-hmm. I did hear a husk backpack, and then that Fleshbound raged right after.
Ooh,
looks like a re-rage
on that FP, but nice juke from NerfLucio right there.
Really
I don't know if
good.
he did that on purpose, but that was a really nice corner juke right there.
Yeah, that was really good.
Classical. Basically, what you can, to give a little bit of context for what he did there. Oh, hang on a second. Actually, this is
that husk. That
holy
husk.
cow! Look at the sky bridge. Look at the sky bridge. There's a quad FP.
Oh my god!
FP.
What?
Oh,
dude,
dude, it's
it's
the wave,
ending
but
soon, I think.
everybody needs to go help that right now. That's the end of the wave, but holy crap! Look how many FPs there are there. I would say War Room, but we're at the end of the wave already.
Yeah. Good job by Lucio
Ooh,
to take down 2 Fleshbounds during that
There you go, the freeze. That was like perfect time. That was like right before the rage.
Yeah, they were about to time out and rage. It was so close. Wow, really well done right there. That was 5 Fleshbounds at once right there.
Yeah, there was a moment right there. I gasped because a husk suicided. Right? And I wasn't sure how close he was, but man, a husk suicide, that's always scary.
Oh, I didn't even see that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't call out how much meat that was.
Deep for the meat?
Compete for the meat. That was a lot of meat.
Definitely.
Great job from NSCB cleaning that up, making it look like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really well done.
We sound like drama queens now.
Yeah, that husk suicide, that was a really close moment. I actually don't think he was able to complete his suicide. I think someone killed him.
Believe so.
Could be wrong.
Someone was paying attention, and it potentially saved. I mean, we've seen it in the past already, right? We've seen, what was it in? Was it in Winners Finals? I think we saw a triple husk suicide kill, And then in losers, no, that wasn't losers. It was in winners quarterfinals. I think it was on Barrio. It was a triple scrape kill. We've seen some pretty crazy like turn of events in some of these matches. So
Yeah.
and almost all of them came from just just a small like lapse in paying attention. That one moment, and then it made the difference.
Yeah.
Whoever got that husk, really good job.
Yeah. It's something that's good. That is good about the husk. If you ever like, you got a husk that wants to blow up right in front of you, you could literally breathe on that husk and kill it. But that's the thing. Sometimes you're just caught reloading.
Exactly. Or you just can't see him, right? Sometimes he blows up behind like a bloat, and it'll still kill you.
Yep.
Just can't even see him. That's happened a lot to me.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, good job by PoliceDom to get that crawler right behind the Scrake.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah. Really giving Alexandru some time to take care of those larges that I see through the wall.
Yeah. Dude, Dom is such a consistent commando player.
Oh, he's such an excellent commando.
I always talk about him all the time whenever he's playing, but seriously, he's so freaking consistent. Look at his ping, okay?
Yeah.
He's playing from Southeast Asia, so he's got almost 300 ping, and he doesn't just like wait. So when you're getting extensions to commando, right, when you have high ping, you typically have to go a little earlier than you expect, right? If you wait too long, you're going to drop the extension chain.
Yeah.
He manages to wait until the very last second and still do it with that ping, and I think that's really impressive. And he's consistent at it too, and even mixes in those knife extensions sometimes too.
Got a lot going on in SWAT lane right now, actually. Sorry to cut you off. There's a
that's
lot
cool.
coming through.
Yeah,
oh, it's getting cut off though. It's getting cut off.
Alex took a crit. Alex dropped down to about 40 health here, 30 health actually.
Yeah, that was that calm fleshbound crit.
He's probably going to be okay. No more larges in his lane right now, but he's got to get back in there because something could spawn right there.
Yeah, a lot of aggro's being put on the escalators now.
Yeah. Might have a little bit of trouble now because there's a couple Scrakes coming up. Song.
And 4 sirens.
Yeah, 4 sirens. The classic siren bomb right there.
Oh, and they're gone.
Maybe this isn't PG enough for the stream, but as Indianic would always say, it's the pimp squad. And that's what Indianic always calls the 4 sirens of the Scrake. The pimp squad. You know what though? I think they'll be okay because they have 6 freezes on SongahmWolf right now, right? And it's sub 100 Zeds remaining, so you can basically throw a freeze at every large pack and they'll probably be fine. And they even have flashbangs remaining too.
And they even have a surprise husk coming from behind.
No one's looking at it.
Oh, dude! Oh.
Dude, if that shot a little bit later when the Scrape was engaging, that would have been really bad.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, Skybridge.
Oh, Skybridge is messed up.
Skybridge needs
to leave here.
No, they have their freezes. They have their freezes, but they're gonna have to be really perfect with
Gotta
this.
get this flash pound though. They need
good
to
time for that time.
But
good time for that
does he have? Oh, he has.
Dom's got some.
Oh man.
Dom's killing it right now.
He's got trash. He should. Oh, he dropped it unfortunately, but it's okay. They got the bulk of the threat down. They got all the FPs down. That was really well done.
Yeah, Scrake's behind here.
Bit of a 2-2 coming through Skybridge though. Yeah, they're keeping all the focus on it right now. That's good. Ooh, not very much to work with in extensions right now.
Some really good SWAT gaming from Alexandru in this wave.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alex is really new too, by the way.
Yeah.
He's really new. He only started playing it like a few months ago, and he's already playing at a really high level. It's really impressive.
Yeah, Meowty and I met Alex on, I think it was the hard survival or hard endless server, and he was like, yeah, I've only really played Suicidal. We were like, dude, come play CD. And oh man, he has just been he's just like absorbed so much ever since.
He's always online playing. He's hungry, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of actually how Elmo found me too. I was just playing on a hard server with my friends, and he popped into my stream and then pulled me in.
Hard, get that shit out of here. You gotta come play some HOE.
Yeah. Hey, I made this called like my MIG monster. I'm like, was I like how Elmo remembers better than I do. Yeah, I was torturing my friends a little bit.
So you torture us with the jokes, and then you also torture your friend. You torture your other friends as well. Dang, man.
You think you say that I'm torturing you? Get out of my DMs,
dude.
You're in my DMs, bro.
I love
both each other's DMs.
I loved HOE Endless Dissector. That was like one of my favorite.
Oh god, it was so fun.
So good. Dissector's such a great map. I love that. It's actually one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's so spicy.
He's got the deeds. And we're going into wave 8.
Yeah, 21 and a half minutes into wave 8. They're making really, really good time here.
Yeah, actually, this is insane because, so if you look at the upper left right now, right, I didn't say this earlier, but we can see exactly what time on the clock we will be dipping into the other time bonus segment. So when we hit 25 minutes on the dot, we're going to get into that red 3 points per second time bonus. Right now, at the current pace they're going, I think they'll be almost done with wave 10, right around the time that they hit that, or pretty close to it. And if they can get the 2 pats down quickly, they can actually beat this match with some time bonus remaining, which is just going to help them secure the win over VTubers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really good time so far.
Ooh, Alexandru with a scary moment with a Scrake, but hey, he got it done. Topwolf's back. He's going to communicate to Song. Alex, they're also going to have to communicate with Alex. That Scrake's going to try to flank Alex. Oh, no, he didn't. Luckily.
Oh, thank. Yeah, whew.
There is another Scrake coming up, but he
perfect
might
time.
still decide to go right here, though.
Yeah, it's a really good time for a Z time. Let's see if they can just take the Scrake out. Maybe retake. They might have enough time.
I think Alex needs to pull out after the Z time, though.
Maybe.
This is last extension right now. He's going to get this FP co, likely. Yeah, there we go. But
No,
he
I
needs to
think
get back,
they
I
can
think.
stay. If SongahmWolf can get back in position right now, which it looks like he's heading to do right now, they should be okay. They can restabilize.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it looks like they got it.
Really good.
Nice job. And another Z time.
Great time for a Z time here. Alex really needs it. He's about half health.
Oh, Dom got distracted by that stalker that was sneaking up behind him, and he ended up missing it back.
Ooh, look. Oh, I thought we were going to have a sneaky blow right there.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh, no.
Really fortunate pathing there.
There's a Scrake coming up there, though, and it might try to go
Skybridge.
Alex.
Skybridge just pushed
it's looking
in.
that way. The bloat's kind of... Oh, no, he changed his mind.
There's so much pressure on a commando in CD. It's so insane. It's why I like playing commando, but it also frustrates me.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan, everyone's just like, I hope you have extensions, and you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
My favorite quote will still be, extensions or death.
Oh, from Doom?
That's not Doom.
I was gonna say, that sounds like a Doom, like something Doom would say.
Yeah, they are getting pinched here just a little bit, but the Z time's really helping them out.
Well, unfortunately, didn't get that last extension, but that's okay. They still, again, they managed to get the bulk of the threat down during that.
Yeah.
Those extensions there.
Double fleshbound.
They gotta watch this Husk in the back here by the trader proc. He could be doing a little bit of trolling here if the rocket actually gets through.
Oh, these fleshbounds are not cooperating. They need to take this one down. Oh man, this is very scary. What a juke!
Oh no, not the crit again!
What a
What
a freeze!
Oh, this is dangerous though.
Oh no.
Theobald.
Okay. 36 left though. 36 left though. Oh, PoliceDom bails. I think they're bailing out.
Let's take this to Warm. Let's take this to Warm and hear them
They
finish
need
the wave. Okay, let's go.
In position to do that, and that was not a good call.
I shouldn't have started. Behind you, Alex.
Going to the hole. I'm out of nail gun.
Careful, you got raged. Oh,
Wow.
I thought it was raged.
Okay, fun.
There's
We
crates
should
up
not have
here. Be
kited.
careful. I'm so not confident in my takedown some Scrakes. I don't have nail gun for that flesh pound. Where's combat?
I don't have fail too.
I am.
Yeah.
We're doing my thing.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll meet up.
Just
I have
take
no
hits
idea
if
how
you
this
need
how this map works. I'm gonna take this hit.
Yeah.
Can you hit me again?
Should we take it? I have a 4-1.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's
just
Okay.
take it. Just take it. Here you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm reloading.
Can we meet with combat? Do you have flesh pounds combat? Are you okay?
I'm
He has
fine.
one.
Here's one.
I'm
Just
starting
take-
spec.
I have the long gun for this.
Picking him up.
Start the other Scrake though.
Oh, I.
Everything
ammo.
is like
49
right
me.
here, by the way. Like you have 2 Husk.
Reloading.
Oof, a little bit of a scary moment at the end there, but I think they managed to.
About to drop dead.
They really did the best they could with that situation. That flush got through and pushed some people in the corner, and Song actually, I shout out to SongahmWolf right there. he got in the way of that FP that was going for, I think it was going for Alexandru, if I'm not mistaken. Alex had like 10 health left or so, and Song managed to hold it up just long enough where he missed his melee strike on him.
Yeah.
Let's fix you up.
Yeah,
Also,
honestly,
big shout out to
most-
Lucio too. Yeah, he was by himself. He really kept his cool.
I'll say this much: most teams that end up in a scenario like that do not come out alive. Let alone a no medic comp coming out alive from that. That was insane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah, that's a really, really, really stressful, high stress moment. The only unfortunate thing about that, besides the deaths, obviously, which does obviously reduce the health bonus, is it does eat into their time.
Yeah, that's
Now
the
they got
big
to
thing
rebuy
about
weapons
kiting.
as well.
Yeah, that's the big thing about kiting is it eats into time.
Yep. And now they got to rebuy weapons too, so that's going to waste even more time. And we're losing 3 points per second now, so I don't think they're going to get time bonus anymore. And surely it's gone by now, or it will be gone rather. So it's again going to come down to getting all the completion points by beating the waves and just not having any more deaths, and then killing these two patriarchs that are coming up, right?
Right. Yeah, most definitely. That death for a song was really unfortunate. I don't think he saw that or heard that Scrake behind him. And yeah, that Scrake was just it was actually really partially fortunate that Scrake, when he killed Song, actually moved himself out of the way because he was blocking that gateway, that doorway.
Oh, here's the other objective, by the way. It's in the restaurant down below, right below where they're holding at. That was the objective that we chose for this.
There's the bright side is it's technically just a two-way hold. And the bad side is it's that hold.
Isn't that where they serve the relish fish or something? Right? Right, ZeElmo?
Once, this would have sickened me.
Yeah, well, we need to know. You're the
Oh,
resident Dane.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's just
Denmark,
a
I think, right?
Wait, but I thought Elmo was Swedish.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm losing friends left and right with these puns and this.
I was saying this map takes place in Denmark, doesn't it? Nice.
Oh, he didn't hear my comment. Good. Oh.
You're not
So,
getting away
wave
with
9. We got away with what? Anyways, wave 9. That's crazy. Good start here. Stun on the flesh brown? Question mark?
Yeah, you can do it.
Good flesh
I
ground
mean-
stun. It's possible.
Very
It
rare
is.
this team, but it's possible.
Yeah.
If he didn't have enough rack up stacks, you can pull it off before he manages to get raged from the damage. Cool. Alexandru's got a little bit of a train coming in here. He's got 2 flesh pounds and a scrape coming in a second. He's going to need this next set time.
Oh, yeah.
There's not really much going on in the lower lane right now. It's pretty quiet. So, yeah, PoliceDom's got kind of slim pickings right now. He manages to get one.
He's a
Siren
swap
pulls
to
up
the
quick
nail
enough
gun
to
here.
get the SWAT. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh.
You get the SWAT. You get this siren, I meant to say. But
Oh, he tried to go for that last kill. That was close. He almost got it. Unfortunately, didn't get it, though.
Some great SWAT gaming right there.
Absolutely.
Alex is pushed back behind Song. Song needs to be careful here.
Oh, Song's going to get double. Oh, that was scary.
Oh, good
That was
lord.
close.
Oh, both sides are getting pinched here.
Yeah, they got this, man. They got to hold this together. They can do it.
Nothing is that time can't cure.
And PoliceDom's got plenty of stuff coming up the escalator now, so he should... Oh, he dropped it. Commentator's hurts. Shouldn't have said anything. Right, look at the sky bridge right now. There's
Oh,
3
man.
flash mounts in there. There's 2 more approaching right now.
Oh,
One of them's a little bit
ooh.
further off, actually.
They're in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, Song really low here. They might need a bail already.
Ooh, I don't know. If they can get... Oh, they dropped
man.
his head time again.
Yeah, that freeze is really huge. But they got triple Scrakes coming up the escalators here.
A husk as well. Things are coming a little bit apart at the seams here. They gotta get it back together here. Oh, nice knockback on the Scrake. They gotta get these 4 husks that are down.
Yeah.
See, they have the firepower, but they don't have the time for sustain on the heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
This is
the
where
problem with no medic.
run starts to, yep, it's where it starts to fold, is when you're taking that little chip damage here and there. Oh,
right
no.
on
On the Topwolf.
Right,
Nice kill,
right
though.
there.
Becomes another flesh pound. They
Dude,
need
this
these
is-
extensions. They need these so badly right now.
Should we take this to War Room?
Yeah,
Depends on how
I'm
this
down.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's the last match. Let's do it.
Just trash. Greg's on the left, but that's it.
I
FP
have
right.
no freezes, by the way. Just like calling it out now.
Nothing, got nothing.
I'm with you guys on back.
I'm with you, Song.
Yep. Starting that Scrake. Gonna start that FP soon, now.
Next that time it's healing.
Scrake FP right. Oh,
Sorry,
use that
Scrake.
time.
Oh my god.
Watch Calm hit.
No. FP rage.
I'm taking a hit.
Careful, Song.
Careful, Song. Ah.
There's a Scrake in the middle of us.
Do not be raged.
Oh.
I'm dead.
Jump down.
I'm
Jump
jumping.
down.
Oh, thank
Wow.
God.
I have to just take a hit somewhere somehow and figure this out. I have no
Yeah.
SPX.
Where are you?
I'm with you.
Those are
I'm
gonna
with
sight
you.
rage.
Yeah, these are gonna side
Yeah.
race. Start one.
I don't have SPX, man.
One is dead. Come,
This
come,
one
come.
now. Why was it already?
I'm taking the next one. Probably. I cannot take.
Yeah.
You guys are clearing through the
I'm gonna try and take him
Skybridge.
somewhere else.
The Skybridge is clear, technically.
Oh shit.
What do you think we can do?
I'm killing you, Top.
Yeah,
Maybe you
yeah.
can.
Maybe.
Nice splash.
Nice. Wow.
You guys just have Scrakes, I think.
That's
No
great.
FP
Okay.
set up.
I'm gonna go grab a spare.
Oh, this game.
Holy shit, man. Dude, they are keeping us on the edge of our seats, dude.
Dude, shout out to Topwolf for those bashes, really saving himself.
Oh man, that was like a double head bash or a chest core
Yeah.
bash because he stumbled.
Yeah, it
they
was
were,
a chest core bash.
yeah, dude.
Wow, dude.
Absolute king shit right there.
Bash is like it's criminally underrated in KF2, and right there you can really see why. Like in a getting a flesh pound to stumble before he kills you is just it's amazing, right?
Oh, Alex is. Ooh, that was a little scary. That second scrape was closing in right there on him. I thought he was about to get pinched.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter anymore if people die. The time bonus is gone. The health bonus is gone. They just need to focus on just cleaning up and just winning the match now.
Yep.
If they manage to get through the whole game and kill the 2 Pats, which I honestly think they'll be fine with the bosses. I think the bosses are significantly easier this time compared to before. They're going to get another 1,500 points. That's the maximum score they can get from this run now.
Yeah.
Which combined with the previous run will put them at 3,000 on the dot. And that'll be the score for VTubers to try to beat later. Which is a pretty formidable score, so because you never know what could happen. So they really gotta just try and get this last wave done here.
I think the thing that we should all be taking away from this is that one, these maps are not easy, and two, these settings are particularly tough, right? So like it's just insane to deal with on these maps. I mean, this is the grand finals, so it's supposed to be tough, right? So it's just, I've played these settings before on these maps. It's so tough. It is so tough, and especially like commandoing. Like when you're commandoing, one, all that pressure's on you, and then two, when you have a bunch of big stuff blocking all the trash sets, it's so hard to extend, especially when people are, relying on you,
Don't mind if I do. Spare one if anyone needs it.
Again, though, it's why I like playing Commando, because it's like it's up there. It's like tied with like the large killers, right? It's the ultimate pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything is riding on Dom being able to get these extensions. And honestly, like, I do think that everybody was feeling the pressure a little bit in that last wave. There were like at least 5 Z times that were dropped. And like it's uncharacteristic of Dom. Like Dom's I'm not saying like he's at fault or anything. Like I think he was just had a lot of pressure on him, and also, there just wasn't very many Zeds coming in. Like it was just bad timing every time, combination of circumstances, like
it'd be tough shooting, Zed's coming up an escalator, because
yeah.
It's just tough to get the headshot, especially if you're looking like if you're looking at Zed's backs, right? You have to shoot over their backs. It's not easy.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess with the way the Zeds are, pathing, they're really upping the stakes, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They are.
Get it? Because the meat is going up the escalate. So yeah, wave 10 starting out really clean.
Yeah, the pressure is escalating.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. Can you explain that again?
Could you write that pun down so I can stare at it?
I just want you to make a fool of yourself in front of everybody. Ooh,
Yeah,
that was
I'm used to
a
it.
really close call for song right there. Okay, it's Nigel.
It was kind of a petty insult. Kind of anyways. Ooh, perfect timing for the Zed time on the Skybridge lane. Indeed. Rex-like. But beautiful extends from Dom here, really clearing out the Skybridge lane.
Yeah, great time to utilize the Husk backpack right there. That Fleshpound was headless. There wasn't anything around it. And he just used that for his extension.
Yeah, might as well get it while you have an easy shot at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Alexandru's about to get 2 FPs right here. He's not really in the best position to get to them. He's losing a little bit of time here, but I think he can get them down as long as Dom can get all the extensions here.
Yeah, Dom doing a really good job extending for Alexandru.
Oh yeah, he got the last one.
huge.
That's huge, yeah. That's going to basically secure the kill for Alex, I think.
Yep, there we go.
And it indeed does. Nice. Really nice job.
Actually surprised to see Alex not utilizing the triple burst on the nail gun. That actually effectively increases the DPS of the gun by double.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, this Skybridge.
It's happening again.
Oh no.
Oh, and there's not very much down there for PoliceDom. Oh, dude, the Skybridge is getting absolutely hammered right now. There's like... What is that, 4 flush pounds? Oh, 3 now. They killed 1. They need to get a freeze in on that, honestly. I think Song's gotta come in and throw a freeze in there. Oh, this is time. Oh, this is big.
Ooh, boy, a lot of pressure right now. A lot of pressure right now.
Man. Inadvertent nail gun decapitation on that cyst.
Yeah, but you know, they managed to get all the flush pounds down to the Skybridge though, so great target prioritization right there. And the bulk of the threat is now gone, right? So even though Dom didn't get all the extensions, it's okay. And he probably is going to get them now though, because he's got a target-rich environment here, and that'll let them just clean everything up now. So
yeah,
I think they're going to recover fully from this.
Yeah, 49 to go.
No, there's this weird, like, what is it, phenomenon, there's the word. Oh, there's an hold on, there's an FP flanking NerfLucio and NQTheobald now. Okay, it looks like they called it out, they noticed it.
Yeah. Yeah, good call out there.
That was a little scary.
A little bit.
Right there. Oh,
Alex
inadvertent there.
Yeah, unfortunate. But it's okay, there's 2 flush pounds. There's one on the escalator right there in front of Songham. And there's another one that's coming through the Skybridge in a second, and that's the last flush pounds in the game.
FP extend right there, nicely done.
That was spicy.
This flush pound coming up right here in front of in the Skybridge. This is the last FP in the entire game. And he's down. He's down. Nice, great work right there.
Yeah, really good work.
There's this weird phenomenon in CD where Wave 9 is like harder than Wave 10 for some reason. Like you get wrecked on Wave 9, and then Wave 10 is just like super easy, and you just completely destroy it.
I honestly think it's a momentum thing.
Like that.
I honestly think it's a momentum thing.
Yeah, I do.
You know, because if you get through Wave 9, it's because Wave 9 is like, you know, there's certain waves where you get a jump in difficulty, and Wave 9 is one of those waves, right? And so like Wave 9 and Wave 10 are usually pretty equal, right? Wave 10 just a little bit harder, but you know, once you beat that Wave 9 jump, the Wave 10 jump isn't as jarring, and therefore you're able to just kind of burst through it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did you guys see the chat right there? Someone did a stat query for the large kills, and Alexandru, the SWAT, he's got the highest large kills of the entire team right now.
Look at that right there.
33 flush pounds, dude. That's crazy.
The SWAT leading the way, dude.
It's insane. I mean, NerfLucio also has a lot of FP kills too. He's got 40. That's also insane, but for a SWAT to get that many and by himself is really good. I mean, that just shows how good Rapid Assault is on SWAT with the commando extensions, right?
Oh yeah,
It's absolutely insane.
yeah. It's criminally underrated.
We're going to a
Underutilized.
we're going to a very spicy wave right now. We're going into boss wave. How are they going to handle these double patties? This cheeseburger.
Yeah, they need to be careful with the rockets. That's the main thing they need to be careful for.
Yeah.
One in the pipe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Alright,
those
so it's
sneak
multiple in the
attacks from
pipe now.
Pat, that's what's going to get people killed. So basically, they just need to keep tabs on where they are. And once they know where they are, I mean, they have PoliceDom there, right? And, you know, don't forget Commando can expose cloaked units. So as long as Dom is there, they'll be able to see the Pats, right? They just need to be mindful of where they are, basically, is what it comes down to. And yeah, the mortars, too, as well. That'll basically cover the whole room.
Yeah.
So let's see, one's on the sky bridge and one is coming up through Alexandru's lane right now. I think Top already knows he's there, he can hear him. Looks like he's... Oh, he's half in a weird way.
Okay, so they're both going to be in front of him.
What? That's weird. Okay.
Ooh.
They're going to take just
Scary
right
chain gun.
here.
Scary chain gun moment.
Yeah, both of them are looking at the players like in the same squad. They're gonna.
Oh, no.
Oh, please, Dom.
That's their commando too. They're not gonna have any extensions from the trash bomb zone. Rockets on Song.
Oh,
Song!
man.
Song, no.
So close.
There are other rockets from the other Pat. Oh, it's freaking pandemonium right here.
Is Patty just going to drop? Or... Oh, he's
They need-
stuck.
there's a-
Nice
freeze.
Oh, yeah, they need to get him. They need to get him. They need to
Let's
get him.
go.
Nice. One down. Beautiful. But Lucio's getting absolutely deleted by a chain gun.
Dude, that sucks. So, just to point out what NerfLucio was trying to do there, there's a bug with Pat where if you get point blank on him when he's trying to use his minigun, you can actually dodge the hitbox for it. He was trying to do it, but he just couldn't get there in time. But they managed to get the first Pat down. That's critical that they got that.
Yeah. And
Remember,
they
there's
got
no
him without
health
him
buffs or
running off.
anything. Yeah, there's no bonuses left. They just need to win. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
That's their freezes down. But I think they got this. I think they got this.
Yeah, they
Oh,
just
they're
needed to
rolling
leave
on
him
me.
here.
DPS check. They need to DPS check him like right now.
Oh, let him get away. No, he's
Oh,
getting
he's
away.
running off.
Sub 1k. Almost sub 1k.
1,000, 1,500. Oh, they're
First
dying. He's gonna get away, dude. Oh, and they don't have the extensions.
If Top just jumps and shoots to the right. Oh,
Oh,
I
man.
don't know if he would
Okay.
be able to finish him off. Okay, they just gotta restabilize now. They gotta help Alex here.
Yeah, they
Oh,
need
man,
to
he healed
regroup,
way
heal
next to him,
Alex.
too.
oh, that's not good. That's not good. They need to.
Holy.
Oh, that's true. They don't have the reveal.
Yeah, they don't have. Yeah, exactly. They don't have that call out anymore. And Pat healed himself all the way to full right there too. And there's still trash in the field, man.
They gotta play
Okay.
these corners.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the one that hit the back wall.
Wow, that was close. Oh,
They
the
can't afford
aggro
this.
shot back on the Alex.
Ooh.
No. Dude, this is so clutch.
Oh, Topwolf.
Oh man, these melee.
Oh, that chain gun.
Oh,
that
and
chain gun
He's getting
cancel.
these juicy melees off, dude. They need to back off and heal here.
Mm-hmm.
It's super risky. Gonna back into the wall. No,
Oh no!
he's gonna
Oh
get
no!
melee.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Oh,
no!
what a
It's the
good,
miss.
what a dodge.
He did
And
the.
that's actually good. That's actually really good.
Alex is gonna get hit. Oh,
Oh, what a dodge
that's
again.
shit.
Patty's
Oh
losing
my
his shit.
god.
He's the 1-800 call ATT dodge right there.
This is so risky.
I think they might be actually abusing the aggro swaps.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
aggro swap kiting him, but Alex is gonna get hit with the.
Oh no! They need this now. They need this right now.
They just gotta
They
rush
can
him
do it.
down.
Oh, they got.
Oh, they can't see him, though.
That time.
They can't
Top's
see
going for it,
him. Oh, Topwolf is going for it. Oh, they can't see him though.
No.
They just need to not wipe.
There's a siren.
Watch
next to
the
Top.
siren. Oh, dude.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
This is still winnable. This is still winnable.
Theobald doesn't watch for that bloat coming around this corner.
Oh no!
the blood
It missed. It missed. It missed.
Oh,
It
he
missed.
missed.
Oh,
Oh, man.
man, dude, that's so unlucky.
So
Dang.
unfortunate there.
Oh, that's crazy. That was a
That is
really chaotic wave.
that was a really unfortunate ending there. Crazy game.
But they still got
Uh,
the 1,000 points for the completion, right? You don't lose
Yeah.
that if you wipe those, so that's still pretty good. I mean,
Yeah, they still got that. Ironically
Dang,
enough,
man.
right? They defeated the double matriarchs, right? And against the boss that's supposed to be usually easier, right? They, the patriarchs is really what got them, right? And it's that those chain guns. You know, what's funny is we highlighted everything but the chain guns, and the chain guns is actually what did them in.
Yeah. They got absolutely obliterated by that. That thing is no joke when you get caught in it.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that NerfLucio led the way with damage, right? 415,000 damage. Alexandru leading the way with large kills, 81 large Zeds as the SWAT. So really good stuff. Really good showing. And of course, I saw 4 Zeds stumped. I think it was Topwolf, but I actually missed who it was.
I think it was top as well, yeah. I took a peek at it at one point throughout in the middle of the match, but I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
We are going to be trying to get a few of the team players from the team in for a real quick interview. So I just want to really quickly state that the final score for the 2 games for New Super Canine Bros is going to be 2,500. So that is a score that the VTubers are going to try to beat in about an hour from now, approximately.
Right.
And if the VTubers do not beat that score, then the New Super Canine Bros will take the victory for this first set. And if that happens, there will be another set of matches played, I think, actually later tonight. I think they're playing later tonight right away. So it's not over yet, right? Even after the next game, anything could happen at this point. So let's get looks like Alex and NQTheobald are going to be coming over. So let me go ahead and drag them in, and then we can get this underway.
Right. Yeah, I think also that we just saw the difficulty of these maps, right? So, you never know what's going to happen based on all the rages and the stumbles and just everything. Anything can really happen. So,
yeah, for sure.
Stay tuned for sure. There is a lot of pressure on the VTubers now. They cannot get comfortable at all. Special nausea run for the tournament, by the way.
Hello, guys. Great
Hey, guys.
job. GG's.
Yes, welcome.
So we got Alex and NQTheobald. Can you guys both say hello so everyone can hear your voices?
Hello, hello. This is
Hello,
Alex.
Hello. This is Theo.
It's funny, Alex. I actually heard you say, "Oh, we're gonna have a war room every week."
Oh yeah.
This last game, we did kind of go into your war rooms quite a bit. Y'all put on a heck of a show. So I would like you both to just kind of give me like your thoughts on your performances today, and just what you thought about the maps and all the teamwork, because y'all did 2 pretty different runs, right? Y'all did one run that was split chaos and precision, and one that was full precision. So give me a thought on both your runs.
On the split one, we just had issues making it work with, let's say, the normal hold, because a lot of max monsters, a lot of side rages, they were just very, very heavy, and Chaos Perk worked out. We started kind of as a, could we do this? Is this even good? And then we noticed that it worked pretty good having Chaos people there on the stairway, and we went for it. And the other one is just, just the usual, what we've been doing in all matches, pretty much, with the SWAT and support.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Theobald, you did some really good demo gaming in West London, and you were paired with PoliceDom, who was Firebug. It's that holy duo right there, right? That Firebug and that demo, and you had the Destroyer of the Worlds, right? And so Destroyer of Worlds and what was it? The Firebug Z time skill. I'm forgetting what it's called right off the top of my head, but they work so well together. Give me your thoughts on using Destroyer of Worlds along with the Firebug. It's just playing demo along with the Firebug and how that works so effectively.
I'll check for you right now, actually. The Firebug Z type perk is called Pyromaniac. But yeah, it was certainly interesting. We started that lane trying to Zerk wall, and then we could only field one of the 2, and it was originally a Zerk Firebug lane with a support helping for DPS. And we were just finding that it was just a little too low on the DPS side, but we didn't know if we could get away with not using a Zerk to delay all those FPs. And then we just said, screw it, let's give it a try, a Firebug demo.
Mm-hmm.
And it went really, really well. Like you said, the Destroyer of Worlds demo, Z-Time perk, the nuke, has a lot of hidden benefits that may not be immediately obvious, like beyond just the nuke. The radiation panic is crazy. It'll de-rage flesh pounds and panic the raging FPs if they're already raged. It'll delay their rages if you do it properly. It'll stubble everything and it'll clear trash 100%. And that was the key, really. Without a berserk there to wall off flesh pound charges, because we couldn't kill multiple flesh pounds quick enough. And sometimes actually in the match it happened a bunch where we couldn't kill them quick enough. We didn't get a Z time. And that's usually when we would be pushed. We're sort of dependent on the Z times coming at the right times, and then the nuke will derage. And of course, when Z time comes, Firebug goes crazy, fills the whole screen and does all the damage. So yeah, I think I had like 3/4 of the FP kills or something crazy. After that match, I was certainly solely focused on FP killing while the Firebug basically handled everything else for us. And it's pretty simple to try. Like when we were first doing it, it was pretty simple, just RPG spam up a hallway. Pretty simple, but there was some nuances by the end, trying to get them to fall over to give us extra time, or trying to hit as much as possible. It was pretty fun. First time playing demo. It's sort of been fun to try every perk of this tournament. I feel like I've played a bit of everything. It's been pretty good, and it was fun to be able to use it in like an actual setting where it was effective.
Yeah, and we were all pointing out that it just displayed on how much variety of play there actually was available in CD, right? Like sometimes people think CD can be really rigid and you only have to play certain perks and certain skills and certain guns, and well, I mean, dude, you could totally just pair a Firebug with a demo and just shut down a lane entirely, right? For Alex, since I don't have PoliceDom here to answer this question, give me that. Theobald just highlighted right there that he was pretty dependent. Him and Dom are dependent on Z times, well-timed Z times. And you played Commando for West London, so tell me, how much pressure did that place on you in the big moments?
A lot, because that time was important for both lane actually, because our lane was no joke as well. It was pretty damn heavy. I actually had like probably the third most large Z kills just because of preps and stuff. So like Song and Top did an amazing job preparing those Scrakes and stuff. Also, that lane is rough because there's some lights coming from the roof which are very, very annoying, and it's a rough to see stuff. And if you have like 2 blows there, it's very can get very tricky. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure for sure in both game on the Commando, as it should be on hard settings, because these settings were no joke.
Yeah, West London and Evac Point on NT V1 64 max monsters is intense, and y'all put on such an entertaining show. And probably the most entertaining things were those boss fights. And so, Matriarch, take me through your thoughts while that whole Matriarch boss fight went, because it ended up being you, Alex, and PoliceDom in the end, right? And y'all did some of the most amazing Matriarch jukes I've seen. It was just so fun to watch. So tell me what was going through your head.
Well, that was also a lot of pressure, and it's thankfully I'm familiar with like corner juking, like going around the corner. I think I did that like 3 times. We also got lucky a few times because she grabbed us, but she missed her hit. But yeah, that both bosses did not go as we practiced. Topwolf got lasered through a wall in the church, and yeah, it was unlucky on both of the boss fights. Very happy that we killed Matriarch. Very, very clutch.
Yeah.
And yeah, Patriarch, we just got very, very unfortunate. it was Z time, and PoliceDom was in a Patriarch that was gunning, and there's just no way to dodge it. If it wasn't Z time, he could have, but with Z time, he just, yeah.
Yeah, PoliceDom, I noticed he just got really, really, really unlucky. He took like one step. He was actually in front of the Patriarch that was chain gunning, but he took like one step to get an extension, and that put him in the chain gun, in the chain gun's path, and that was just really unfortunate. Um, but yeah, how did you deal with all those EDARs while you were trying to kite away from Matriarch?
Well, we certainly focus them because they are more annoying than a Matriarch that has no gun.
Yeah.
And yeah, the extensions on the EDARs, I got some okay ones, but it could have been way better. Again, nothing like we did in practice. In practice, I guess we were on the lucky side. But yeah, EDARs must die as soon as they spawn if you're not bursting her down or something.
Yeah, for sure. For Theobald, you held a really crazy lane in that Skybridge lane with Lucio, and you both did a really good job of holding that lane down. Tell me, like being, because you had the 301, you were responsible for getting some pretty good, you know, side heals going on, right? Because the 301 is just better than a 101, right? Same with like, and when you're a commando with a 401, you're just a little bit more responsible, and likewise when you're a SWAT with a 201, right? Everyone's a little bit more responsible than the other. So you as a 301 balancing doing damage and doing and healing, right? Tell me how you balanced all that.
Yeah, well, it's certainly part of our no medic. Almost every one of us had some sort of med gun, at least the 101, and many other classes, like you said, 401 on the commando, 301 on the support. And in practice, occasionally I'd be able to turn and help heal the other lanes as well, while also keeping the slinger with me, which was combat. Usually full. But in this time, our lane was so heavy that I almost didn't do very much at all. I felt like I was healing a lot less than in other games. In other games, I was standing at the back of the lane, turned all the way away from my own lane, letting combat handle it and healing all the other lanes.
Yeah.
Because like if PoliceDom's going for extensions and Alex is in his solo lane, then it falls on me to do a bunch of the healing. And so certainly with that loadout gives a potential to rotate that around.
Right.
But in this time around, our lane was the heavy lane, and so the other lanes helped us out a lot and gave their healing to us when they could. So yeah, it was just sort of the ever not rotating, but like ever, this slider. It's a spectrum of who's healing what and when we're healing each other, and just trying to keep that all balanced. And sometimes I was empty and I could help them, and sometimes they had the free time to help us. But man, that Skybridge was a tough lane. A lot of pen rages by accident, but there's almost no way to avoid them, and you want to be using the penetration to get the most efficiency possible. And it's just out of range to be nail gun range a bunch of the time. But when you get the flesh pounds, you want to push in closer to the nail gun. That's why I kept dying. I died like 4 times because every time I'd run up to try to do an FP takedown, I'd get hit for my trouble.
Yeah, like I completely understand, right? You're trying to just hold that line because it's so important to hold that line and not get pinched because you don't have too much room. We saw you all like when you would get pushed, there's almost no room, right?
Yeah, we back into that cubby, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Really, it's kind of fun to put your back against the wall and have no way out. Sometimes it works really well, and you find something in us, and we pull ourselves back. But a couple times there, sometimes it doesn't work, and we pay the price for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Before I ask about MVPs, I would like to ask if Illeth or Tamari have any questions for you all.
I actually do. I was going to ask you guys, what do you think was the most tense moment between the two matches?
For me, certainly the boss fight with Matriarch, and besides that, Oh, I certainly on Evac when we jumped down, like I think we jumped down 3 times. Every jump down was scary. I don't know what was going to be down there. I don't know if there was something rage that's gonna like hit me midair or something. And that was very, very, very
Yeah,
exciting.
you guys are just leveling up your acrobatic skill. It's understandable. What about you, NQ?
I'll be honest, the boss fights didn't really phase me much. They seem to be the least interesting part to me, just because they seem to be so dependent on factors outside of our control. And by the time it got nail biting, I was dead. So I mean, I was totally fine. It was up to Alex and Dom. And then even in the Patriarch, it was just like, oh, all right, do your job. Oh, all right, I guess things went wrong. But in the West London match, there was a couple times when that stairs lane got pushed and I got separated from the PoliceDom and combat around that sort of back area because of the pathing I took. And there was some pretty clutch Z time FP kills where they were like mid animation trying to hit Dom or mid animation trying to hit me. And there was a point where I was around the corner in combat during a Z time, jumped over Dom, and looked around the corner to heal me as I was trying to run back to them, as I was running through a flesh pound. And that was probably my more stressful moment because of the separation. And then Evac Point, there's a Scrake got in the middle of us in one of the cubby holds, and that was pretty rough because it stumbled and its head goes away, and that's pretty rough. But yeah, those would be it. The boss fights, yeah, they just sort of went as they went, and by the time there was time to be nervous about it, it was already over.
For sure. Tamari, you got anything?
Yeah, so Blunt actually covered a lot of the stuff already, but I have one quick question for both of you combined. Just anybody can answer this. In West London, we were talking about, like from the very beginning, we were talking about how you guys might decide to handle the double Maddie, simply just because one of the best ways to fight her is to kite her around objects like you guys were doing. And I had mentioned that there were some other spots in the map that could possibly be used. So the question I have is, did you guys have any other spots that you were thinking about using for fighting her, or were you guys pretty much settle on the buses like from the get-go?
We settled on the buses. Like the first thing we tried, it worked out in practice, and then we said it's fine. We didn't try others.
Yeah, the bus worked for us well at practice, and we didn't really spend much time on it, which may have been our downfall in hindsight. But yeah, the buses worked really well, and we sort of knew a bunch of the other spots, but starting with the buses was definitely the plan, and going to the other spots if needed was the backup.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask.
For sure. And finally, I would like to ask for you all to choose your MVPs from both the matches. I personally pick NQTheobald's dog for MVP. That was some great commentary there.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, do not apologize. I liked it a lot.
He's very lonely. The upstairs neighbors are gone, and he's being sad. That's okay. I'll go hang out with him in a bit.
Poor puppers. But yeah, choose us your MVPs. Let's go.
You go first.
It's always a tough one on our team. Everybody pulled their weight, and there was no. Yeah, thank you, buddy. And like his name is Blue. So like Blue said, I think we all did really well, and I mean Dom always comes clutch, and his ability to be very effective on Firebug is that like ace up his sleeve. Very, very clutch. So I think Dom maybe takes it for this one, but our gunslingers on Evac did really, really well. And yeah, you're right, Blue. Thank you. And and
my boy Blue.
Combat actually did really well in SWAT in West London to keep us alive, and being able to swap from a very supportive SWAT to one of the main DPS slingers for the second match, even just doing that mindset swap quick enough, I think was also really good.
Nice. And Alex?
I have no idea. I think we all did very good. Like looking at overall, like the damage, the healing, like everything was very, very balanced. I really love that we cleared the waves with these settings and these maps. Like going to the first practices, we had a lot of trouble, but we all came up with ideas. We all did our jobs, and I'm just gonna give MVP to everyone. So that's it.
Boo!
Alex taking the easy way out. Boo this man! Boo!
Stop being wholesome.
I
Play
just kidding.
favorites.
I'm just kidding. Well, thank you both for playing such a great couple matches. These were some of the most entertaining matches to watch, and they were just such a joy. And your team is just always a joy to watch. Best of luck to you. Maybe we'll see you later today. Thanks, guys, and we will end the interview here.
Yeah,
Say
GG's.
bye
Great
to the
job, guys.
crowd.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for hosting. Been fun.
Hell
Great
yeah.
games today, guys.
All right, that was a lot of fun.
Those were some fucking intense matches. Who are
Some
your
great
guys'
matches.
MVP?
Mine,
Oh boy, that's a tough one.
other than my boy Blue, man. In the first match,
I want to nominate myself
for
for
it.
MVP. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I would too, but you
Very-
talked
very
way too much
humble.
during the match.
You're right.
You were
I
very
said-
loud during the match.
You're right.
You didn't bring me any pastries too, so I'm just like what the hell, dude?
You didn't say which one you wanted. You said Danish, and I'm like, they're all Danish. All of them are.
I think the first match, my MVP would probably be Lucio. Lucio really, really had some huge moments there where he saved. He like just like stunning a couple of flesh pounds that were about to like kill like either Theobald or Dom, and then it's just like it's hard to choose too because everyone did such a great job. But I thought Lucio was really integral to holding that lane together, and he did such a great job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I have to give it to Alex. Just the and knowing Alex, and he kind of picked. I know he picked up Mando pretty recently, kind of for the tournament. Just absolutely just killed it on West London, getting some clutch extensions. Like the long Z times just felt so like normal during that match, and a big props to Alex for keeping that consistency. And then soloing a gunslinger lane as SWAT on Evac Point. Those numbers are abnormal, and like the amount of composure you need to have to be able to stay consistent on that lane is absolutely insane. So I want to give it to Alex.
Yeah, definitely. My second for Evac Point, I'd probably say, man, that's tough, man. That's so tough. I'd probably say Alex because of, like you said, that's like he did so much. He did a lot of large killing, man. There's a lot of damage for a SWAT, you know?
Why do you get special treatment, Blunt? Why do you get to pick two? You only get to pick one. Pick one for both matches together. Come on, man. Serious. I heard you stop yourself there.
I thought that was the question. I guess I was wrong.
Not
I'll
just stop
go
yourself in the
hang
middle
my
of that.
head
What
and
the
leave.
heck?
Yeah. I'm trying to be decently tame, okay?
But no, yeah, I think I'd have to give it to Alex as well. Really good extensions for the first game and like insane lane dominance in the second one. I would say that NerfLucio is up there as well, but I also think that Dom was doing some really insane stuff. It was
so hard to choose.
Yeah, everybody was doing like super well in both matches. It's such a shame that they didn't get to finish the second one.
Yeah, indeed.
And Tamari?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm gonna have to also say the same thing. I'm gonna go with Alex just because of like the impact that his play had on both games was immense, right? I mean, we had those crazy moments where multiple people almost died in that basement room in West London. And without the Z time from Alex, that just wouldn't have happened, you know? It would have ended off a lot worse than it actually did. And obviously that's just regular commando things, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we always, you know, tend to, you know, give some bias to the commando, I suppose. I mean, I know I do at times, because it is such an important perk, but I mean, it really is insane, like, how many clutch extensions he got in the first game. And then, yeah, again, in the second game, same exact thing as what Ilth said. I mean, that lane, I've held that lane before. It's not easy. And
Yeah.
it's you have two slopes and you have like a perpendicular entrance, right? Where like they're not coming in ahead of you, they're coming into your side. And you know, obviously Dom was assisting with that with all the extensions, but like you still have to actually get the kills. And I mean, every single time it felt like it was going bad for Alex, he managed to pull out of it somehow. And I
Yeah.
think that's really, really noteworthy because that's such an important lane. If he loses that lane, that the whole hold basically shrinks down to
Yeah.
just being, you know, based
It
on Sky Bridge, and that's it.
Instantly puts them on the back foot upstairs. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Alex. I mean, I think that's a pretty solid one for me. But obviously, everybody did great. The boss at the end of West London, I was really stressed out in a good way.
Yeah.
that was insanely fun to watch. So thank you to NSCB for putting on a really, really good show at the end there, and that boss, and obviously for the whole like match as well, and the whole turn, you know. So
Yeah, definitely.
it was just a lot of fun watching everybody.
Yeah,
I know we do have to wrap up rather quickly, but I do want to give one special kudos to both Songham and Topwolf for doing such a great job at chiseling this team. And it seems like everybody's having a great time on that team, and they are absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
So great job to the co-mentor and mentor for pulling this together. Great job, guys.
Yeah, most definitely. They've done such an excellent job. NSCB has been such a well-oiled machine this entire time.
What I'm really excited to see here is in 45 minutes ish, the other match is gonna start, and I'm super curious personally to see if that ends the tournament right then and there, or if we have to go into the secondary matches to see.
Oh yeah, the spice continues. It is maintain spiciness right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure now. It's all on them. They, you know, they have a little bit of an advantage now, so like they have to run with it if, you know, but they can't get comfortable. If they get too comfortable,
these things are tentative.
Oh yeah.
You know, as we just saw, anything can happen, dude. Like,
yep, anything.
I see Freed in the chat is saying, where is it being streamed? And I have to the next match is being streamed on Tamari's channel. That's twitch.tv/Tamari92 for those who doesn't know.
For sure.
Yo, random shouts out to Boris.
The match starts in 45 minutes, but we'll be going live probably about 30 minutes from now. So I need to go take a quick break and get ready for that.
Yeah, thanks to the crowd for watching. We will
you all for
see you
coming
very soon.
Yeah,
and this awesome crew here has been just great.
It's been a pleasure. I can't wait for the next one. It's gonna be exciting. So what was it, 2,500 that VTubers have to beat?
Yes.
Yep, 2,500.
2,500.
And if they don't beat it, we go into a second 2-game series.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty, folks, stay tuned. We will see
Stay
you all soon.
tuned. Be ready.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. Have
Take
a great rest of
care.
your day.
Bye-bye.
And we'll see you in the next match.
Yes, sir. Take care, everyone.
See you
Bye.
soon.